What's going on? It's your dog, Art Man, the mother freaking great, and we're back with another boxing conversation. Let me get this camera right real quick. Hell yes, I wanted to chop it up, man, because so many people's been on my fucking timeline just talking greasy about Devin Haney, man, and I'm like, yo, these niggas must have forgotten who this young dude is. But it's boxing. You can't. You're only as good as your last fight to these guys. The last fight they seen Devin Haney outclassed Ramirez and 112-0, but that wasn't good enough. But they seen Norman knock out Safaki, whatever that nigga name is. Norman knocked him out, and fans are like, oh, well, nothing trumps a knockout, you know? It don't matter who it is, who the opponent is. He just got a knockout, so nothing trumps that. Man, I got boxing fans telling me that Jin Kasaki and Devin Haney are on the same level. But that's something we gonna break down today. We're gonna break it down. And I'm all here for it. I love boxing, man. I love the discourse. I love when people, you know, pick against certain fighters, man, and then the fighter proves them wrong. And that fighter just happens to be Devin Haney. That fighter just happens to be Devin Haney, man. But nah, I'm super hyped in this fight, dog. I'm super hyped for this fight. I think I might talk about it every day until this shit's fucking here. Because it's one of them ones, man. There's so much to gain from Devin Haney in this fight, and so much to lose. But there's so much to gain. People think he's finished. They think he's done. They think he's gone for life. Ain't no coming back. I think different. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. I feel like Dev's going to have something to prove. He's going to have something to prove. Definitely. Hold on. Let me share this link on YouTube, Twitter right now. Let everybody know we're live. Shout out to everybody already for rocking with Artman the Great and ArtmanApparel.com. But anyways, look, I don't know where fans are getting this thing where they think that Devin Haney is just some guy that cannot take a punch at all. Like, they acting like this nigga's Amir Khan. Like, as soon as the nigga touch Devin Haney, if he get touched, he's gonna go to sleep. You let these fans tell it that's how it is. They feel like, dude, he's just ultimately chinny. He can't take a punch, and that's just what it is. Shout out to my dude Big Trey. Yeah. That's why I'm over here. I'm sitting back just laughing because I'm like, dog, I don't believe that. I don't believe Devin Haney is some guy that can't take a punch, and as soon as you touch him on the chin, he gonna fall over and fall out. Because I ain't see that. He got hit in that Ramirez fight too. He didn't fucking fall out. He ain't fall out. He ain't hit the ground. He ain't start fumbling. He ain't have flashbacks like you guys tried to say. He ain't freeze up. He ain't become a deer under headlights. It was nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. But my thing is this. I'm talking to you new Norman fans. When did you guys start rocking with Norman Jr.? When did he become a young Mike Tyson? And I like Norman, but when the fuck did he become some Mike Tyson young killer out of all of a sudden? When did he become the Deontay Wilder of the 147 division, where he just touch you one time and you just lights out? When did that come about? Because I swear niggas were just saying this a fight or two ago. They wasn't saying this. Said Devin is going to put on a masterclass performance and they're going to make excuses. Oh, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. See, Norman. Well, Norman, if Dev would have just stood still, if Dev just would have stood still and let Norman just punch on him, then it would have been different. You know how these niggas be. Thinking like if Dev just would have, all Dev had to do was just sit still, man. He didn't want to sit still, so Norman couldn't punch him, and that's why I lost money. Y'all ready to hear some goofy ass shit like that? Hold on, we gonna get my lighter so we can cook y'all niggas tonight. Let's cook. Now let's fucking cook. I don't want to hear no excuses if this nigga Norman go out there and lose, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. Real shit. You know why? Because you niggas make excuses for everything. When Devin Haney went beats a nigga, they said, "Oh, clinch count." Devin Haney beat a nigga. Oh, let's change the way we score fights. Devin Haney beats a nigga. Oh, let's change the way niggas move in the fucking ring, man. So what is it gonna be when Devin Haney beats Norman? Oh well, the ring was 18 by 18 like niggas requested. So that's the reason why, nigga. I don't want to hear none of that shit, bro. Okay, let's cook. My dude said I ain't knew. I've been following Norman since he was 13 and oh. Norman gonna go in his tool back and show everybody. Shit. Show me. Show me for sure. I want to see it. And if he goes in there and win, I'll salute him. I'm not no hater. I'll salute him. Everybody talks so much shit about me talking about, oh, our man just supports one person. Nigga, I picked fucking Errol Spence to beat Crawford. And what happened? When Crawford won, guess who I'm saluting? Crawford. I'm saluting Crawford because that's how the fuck it goes. But if Norman goes in there and lose, I ain't gonna disrespect. I ain't gonna say niggas trashing them like that. I'm just gonna say, in his step up fight, he lost. That's what I'm gonna say because this is a huge step up fight for Norman. I don't see how you niggas can compare Santillan and Jinsaki to Devin Haney, and y'all know that's some fuck shit, dog. Y'all know it's some fuck shit. Them guys fight nothing like Devin Haney. They haven't accomplished anything, not even half of what Devin Haney accomplished. Y'all know that shit. And then we talking about skills. Y'all know that. Y'all know them niggas Jinsaki and what's his name? Santillan. Them niggas is nowhere near Devin Haney's skill set, bro. I'm trying to tell you niggas. Devin Haney can literally beat Norman just jabbing and moving. Jabbing and moving. Jabbing, using that right hand, clinching, using his legs, boxing, that shit that y'all hate. It's really called boxing, but I'm gonna let you niggas have it. That running thing that y'all say. Y'all know Dev can win the fight like that, right? Don't beat them fans that's sitting there sad as hell because it's the 12th round and it's 30 seconds left on the clock and your man didn't land that powerful big punch. Don't be that. Don't be that fan on Friday on Saturday night because that shit gonna hurt a lot of niggas' souls. It's gonna hurt a lot of niggas' souls, especially if they put some money on him. You don't, bro. You would hate to be that. Let me put in perspective for you fans. You would hate to be that fan that put all this money on the guy, and then it's the 12th round with 30 seconds left on the clock, and you're wondering why your guy didn't land that big punch. And you think about all the money that you're going to lose, all the money that you could have gained. But then you're also gonna think about like, fuck, why did I have faith in this guy who's never fought anybody on the level of Devin Haney before? That's what's gonna be like, man. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person looking at your parlay and thinking, damn, I'm fucking cooked. I'm cooked. Mama needs some motherfucking shoes. Baby needs some motherfucking milk. Don't be that person mad as hell that you got to give up that bread all because you believed in a guy that you barely even know. Niggas barely even know the dude. Nigga, y'all got so much faith in him, man. Are y'all sure he can cut off the ring? What fight has he had when he had to cut off the ring? What fight has he had when he had to fight somebody that had speed and athleticism? What fight has he had to really think and bite down because this guy's IQ is higher than his? What fight is that? There is no fight like that. Who the fuck is he fighting, dog? And I swear I say this with respect because I like Norman and his father. But now that the fight's been signed and sealed, nigga, we gotta speak on this shit, nigga. The nigga ain't fought nobody on the level of Devin Haney, bro. He hasn't. He hasn't, dog. And me saying this is not being on no hating shit. It's not being on no glazing shit, nigga. It's me just talking boxing, nigga. He hasn't fought nobody on the level of Devin Haney, bro. Who has he fought to show us that he can cut off the ring? Who has he fought to show us that he can slip a jab? Somebody with a persistent jab. What's the fight? The Randall fight? No. The Santillion fight? No. And not the Jinkasaki fight. That motherfucker walking punching bag. Never. Never. Devin is not going to be there to get hits. And that's going to frustrate Norman. And it's going to frustrate you niggas who betted money on this nigga to lose. Said, remember, they fighting it right. And Norman always been an underdog, too. Always been an underdog. He the full champ. He the full champ. They don't even got him as the fucking favorite. Why is that? Because they just don't know shit? Thank goodness. Nah, but real shit. It said, oh, okay, it's a step up for Haney too. Same size, same age, same reach as Haney, and hits harder than Ryan. It's not a step up in competition. If Haney beats Norman Jr., you're not going to say this is the best fighter on Haney's resume. You're not going to say that. So how is it a step up? Yeah, it's no. It's not a step up. It's a dangerous fight for Haney for sure. It's a dangerous fight for Haney, but it's not a step up. What makes it dangerous is that the guy's young and he has power. You can't say the guy has more skills than Devin. Can't say that. You can't say that. You can say it's a dangerous fight because he's fighting a puncher, for sure. I 100% agree. But you're not going to sit here and say this is the best fighter Devin Haney's fought because it's just simply not. It's not. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have potential to possibly be that. But right now, as we stand right now, Devin Haney beats Norman. That's not the best opponent that he's beaten. The best opponent that Devin Haney will beat will still be Lomachenko. But it's still a dangerous fight for Devin Haney because, yes, he is fighting a full-fledged welterweight who's heavy-handed, who can punch. Said Devin is usually the bigger guy and has to reach. He doesn't versus Norman. And Devin isn't going to be there when he throw a punch. So I have no problem with Haney running. I only have an issue with excessive clinching that ruins the fights. You don't have to accept the clinch. Go watch Usyk versus Fury 1 and 2. You don't have to accept the clinch. Fury tried to fucking clinch Usyk how many times? And Usyk said, nigga, nope, slip right into that shit. Or turn Fury, or as soon as Fury tried to grab him, said, nope, nigga, you ain't grabbing me. None of that. And hopefully Norman be strong enough to get Devin Haney off of him. Said Norman gonna get me paid like usual. Devin gonna get me paid like usual. I still remember niggas was saying Devin was gonna lose to the massive puncher Regis program. Remember that? Remember that? Oh, you know what? Niggas don't remember that. How can I even say that? Niggas don't remember the Regis program fight. You let you niggas tell it. That was Devin. That was the easiest fight in the world for Devin Haney. Y'all all knew Devin Haney was gonna win 12-0. Everybody knew Devin was gonna win 12-0. That's how niggas be talking. That's some bullshit, man. Niggas was picking against Devin in that Regis fight because they said, "Ooh, look at Devin Haney. He struggles with southpaw, and then Regis is a strong power puncher southpaw. He's gonna." Bill doesn't know he signed his son up for failure. He signed his niggas be saying that shit to sound cool as fuck. Bill don't know he signed his son up for failure. He signed his son to get knocked out. Nigga, no, he signed his son up to challenge his fucking self, and his son signed a motherfucking contract. Bill didn't sign the contract. His son signed the contract. This is what he wants. Said Devin can move on. He facing the killer who cut off the ring against Quinton. Go watch that. How he won. Yeah. Like I said, none of them niggas, you cannot really compare them niggas to Devin Haney, bro, if we being real. You really can't. You really can't. You can't compare them niggas, bro, because who the fuck are these niggas, bro? Jin Kasaki? Nigga, bro, if we being real, the rankings need to be investigated for having that nigga as Brian Norman was mandatory. The WBO rankings need an investigation. They need a full investigation because who the fuck made this nigga Brian Norman's mandatory? That nigga, bro, Jin Kasaki's so ass. So ass. I picked Norbert to brutally stop that nigga off of fucking 30-second highlights of Jin Kasaki. I didn't even have to go back and watch none of Jin Kasaki fights. I seen the highlights, dog. That nigga was there to get hit. He was there to get hit, and he wanted to go in there and trade against the Foundation of Black American Puncher, nigga. Nah. And that's what I'm trying to sell. I'm trying to tell y'all niggas. Devin Haney and Jin Kasaki niggas are not the same fighters. Devin is a lot smarter than that, bro. Devin is a lot smarter than that, bro. Niggas not gonna just sit there and let fucking let Brian Norman strong ass wail on him, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think that Ryan Garcia fight made Devin Haney better, bro. I know people like to say, "Oh well, it made him gun shy and all this shit." I don't think so, man. I don't think so at all. I think it made him a better fighter. You know why I say that? The reason I say that is because in that Ramirez fight, he showed you that his defense is on point. If he don't want to get hit, he's not going to get hit. If you don't want to get hit, he's not going to get hit. I want y'all to see a clip from that fight. Because everybody's saying that Devin Haney, you know, they make it seem like this nigga's just trash or whatever. No, young dude's not trash at all. That brother's not going to get hit. Look at this. Dev throws right hand and brings that left right back to his face. Throws that jab, brings it right back to his face. Look at that. Look at that. Slow-mo. Jab right back to his face and got on this bike. Jab back to his face. I'm trying to tell y'all, dog. Punchers do well against niggas who are gonna sit there right there for them. Punchers do well against niggas who fade out in the fight. Devin Haney don't fade out in fights, bro. I don't think I've ever seen Devin Haney fade out for real. Punchers do well against niggas who are going to fade out. And niggas who sit there in the middle of the ring willing to trade. And one thing I have to mention, why are we acting like Devin Haney the only one that can get hurt in this fight? That's fucking cooked. Why are we acting like Devin Haney's the only one that can get hurt in this fight, bro? Regis was hurt when he fought Devin. Ramirez felt Devin's punches. He definitely did. Regardless if niggas want to admit it or not, niggas sure did got checked up by the fucking EMT right after. Right after the motherfucking fight. And one fighter didn't. Why are we acting like Norman, he can't get hurt too? I just seen Norman get dropped by niggas who are not punchers. But all right, man. All right, dude. Whatever. Whatever, man. Said Norman is a step up from Garcia and Ramirez. You could say he's a better fighter than Garcia and Ramirez at this time. Definitely. Definitely. You could say that. Quentin Randall's all I'm gonna say. I'm saying, I'm saying, go back and watch that fight, dog. And here's my thing. Norman can improve. Norman definitely improved from the last couple fights. He definitely did. But then it makes you question, did he really improve or did the competition just remain top rankish, if you know what I'm saying? Is the competition the competition just top rankish? Are we being fooled by top rank marketing and matchmaking? Because if we being honest, dog, niggas is really celebrating the fact that this nigga Norman knocked out a nigga who wasn't even worthy, if we being real. Jinkasaki's ass, dog. Jinkasaki's ass. And that shit got niggas so hyped, thinking that this nigga's a young motherfucking Deontay Wilder in this bitch. I think I think the moment is getting to fans. I think top ranks matchmaking, that highlight got y'all niggas a little too hyped up. He said top ranked fighters beat other stables more than others, by the way. Devin Haney is on nobody's stable. This ain't no top rank versus PBC, top rank versus Matchroom. This is DHP versus top rank. And last time I checked, Devin Haney's 3-0 against Top Rank. Devin Haney's 3-0 against Top Rank. Devin Haney fought Lomachenko on Top Rank and whooped him, dog. On Top Rank. That Quinn fight was years ago. He's not the same fighter. And that's why, and that's why I'm not like everybody else. I'm not going to say, oh, because he had a tough fight before in the past that he's just going to struggle now. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying that them niggas, you can't compare them niggas to Devin Haney. You can't. He said fatherless boys still bad at building. Don't say that. Don't say that, because when you start saying that, they're gonna say, "Oh, well, see, this is why I don't like talking to Devin Haney fans, because they turn into Black Power and they start attacking us for not having dads." You know what I'm saying? All that shit. Sasaki was just standing right in front of Devin. It was a setup fight. It was a fight to make him look good, bro. He took the fight. He knew going over there, I'm about to knock this nigga out in front of everybody. This nigga Jim Kasaki is not, nigga, no. Hell no. Why fight Boots when I can fight this nigga and get me some big fights down the line like this one? You niggas was just calling Brian Norman the biggest duck in fucking boxing. Now you niggas are super Norman fans. I ain't trying to hear that shit, dog. I don't be trying to hear none of that shit. I really don't. You niggas was just calling him the biggest duck in boxing. Now y'all super fans? He said Top Rank smell. Hey, Top Rank selling them fucking packs with the spray on it. He calling that Bob Barron, they calling that shit gas. He selling that shit with the spray, nigga, and selling it as gas. Nigga. Where the hell they find these niggas from Top Rank? These Top Rank niggas, Top Rank warehouse, they got a whole warehouse of bubs, nigga, to feed to their guys. Top Rank, bro, I swear I seen a nigga fight Jared Anderson wearing some N1 shorts on. That nigga has some N1 shorts on and some motherfucking Walmart shoes. They had this nigga fight Jared Anderson. Top Rank be fighting. They be fighting big ass niggas at the end of their shift, man. I know you just had a long shift, but let's turn that 300 to 5,000 real quick while fighting one of our prospects. I'm out of shape, man. I don't know if I can get up for a fight. It doesn't matter, bro. We're gonna put you on television. Top Rank just be coming to niggas after they shift with fucking 5 racks, some Popeyes, and some N1 shorts on, some basic ass gloves. Said niggas fighting the Starburys. Niggas is fighting in shacks. The Top Rank warehouse niggas. Where the fuck y'all find these niggas, bro? Nigga, I swear I see the nigga on Top Rank. That nigga was like, bro, whenever you see clips of like fucked up shit, some weird shit happening in boxing, 9 times out of 10 is from Top Rank. Top Rank always got some shit going on over there. Okay, he said Dorman differences. Dorman still what? Yeah, he said for Walmart niggas be having the Walmart shoes on and boxing on top rank card. Niggas record with a record of 0-7. Last time he fought was 2012. And then they got Tim Bradley. This is gonna be a tough fight because when he was stacking them boxes at Walmart, they said he was the strongest one there. So you know he got power. The warehouse niggas got heart. Hell yeah, they got heart. Hell yeah. You talking about to help all the haters right now. Why you gonna do that? So I'm just saying Devin best wins are against smaller guys. Bro, Linares is not smaller than Devin Haney. He wasn't a smaller guy. That was a big fighter. Linares was not a super small guy. The dude that Devin Haney broke his face that went on to be one of the top contenders, I forgot this nigga name. This nigga was not a small guy. Devin Haney fighting fucking Ryan Garcia. That was not a small guy. And he was winning that fight. He was winning the fight, but he still ended up getting dropped. But still, at the end of the day, he was winning the fucking fight. And this guy is somebody that was bigger than him, physically bigger than him. Niggas making it seem like Devin Haney about to be in this shit super small compared to Norman. I don't think so, bro. Said, come on, Arman came. Linares came from Fetland. Linares fought at 140 before Devin Haney. It came down to 140. I'm not saying this nigga is the biggest nigga ever, but I'm saying that this nigga wasn't some super small guy that Devin Haney was fighting. Yeah, let me drop the link right now. Said Devin wasn't doing shit. In what fight? In what fight? The Ryan fight? Nigga, the Ryan fight was a close fight. Said when he was at 140, they saying he's a weight bully. Now he's at 147. He's way too small. Yeah, he a small nigga now. And I'm like, in that Ramirez fight, he wasn't even really a full 147 pounder in that Ramirez fight. Ramirez wanted to fight this nigga at 144 type shit.
All right, man. What's going on with it, man?
Shit, what's popping, family? I'm
Can you
over
hear
here.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Oh man, I'm still cool. This still California love, my nigga. Right? I'm just was on my other page, typing this shit. Right? Why all the Devin Haney hate on me? Like I'm trying to figure out. I'm all in the chats. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I got something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? They keep the Haney hate up. Why they hating on Devin so much? They really like y'all ain't even really Brian Norman fans, homie. Y'all just hating on
They're
Devin.
not
Like
they're
why all
not
the Haney
Norman
hate? What's really
fans
going
at
on with them? Art man,
all.
talk
And
to
I'm
me.
trying to tell them. And they're just trying to lie to me and say, oh well, I've seen Norman back in all this. Nigga, bro, I'm telling you, I'm literally on social media on all the platforms because I have a brand to promote. Artmanapparel.com, best boxing merch in the game. So I have a brand to promote. So I'm always online. You niggas was not talking about Brian Norman 2 years ago. Not at all. What y'all was talking about with Brian Norman, you niggas was calling him a duck. Him and his father, y'all saying these niggas are ducking. They're duck boots. That's what they're doing. They duck boots. They're scared of boots. Now today, all you niggas are super fans. Well, I seen more than just the Jinsaki fight. And when? When, nigga? After you went on this YouTube? Stop it. Stop it, man. Shout out to my dude, the biased.
What's
Hey,
good, man?
man,
I'm hoping for frying some
let me
shrimp.
jump on from my. I'm gonna jump on from my computer. I'm gonna get off from right here and jump on from my computer.
Okay.
All right.
so I ain't one of them y'alls. You know that, right? I've been following Brian Norman before he was at Top Rank. I've been rocking with Senior since before Quentin Randall fight. So I didn't watch the growth and the journey. And I give Devin Haney his respect for one taking the fight because a lot of people
Is
was
this a step
fronting
up in
like he.
competition for Norman?
Is it a step up in competition for Norman?
Yeah.
You damn right. You
Has
damn right.
Norman
It's a
fought?
step up in
Has
competition.
Norman fought anybody with the speed, the strength, the athleticism as Devin Haney,
I don't know about strength, but timing,
or even the
um,
IQ?
timing and footwork and reflexes. Nah, Quentin Randall might be as close as it gets. So there are elements of Devin Haney's game that will be Brian Norman's most challenging. But
Have you
power is
seen
not
Devin?
one of them.
Have you seen Brian Norman block a jab, a slick jab,
Yeah, yeah.
a
And you
persistent
know the
jab?
jab is
Which
going
fight?
to be a very important weapon for
Which
Devin
fight?
Haney.
The
But one of the
the
things
random
is
fight?
time. If Brian Norman is able to have good reflexes and timing Devin on his jab, it's going to get real interesting real fast. But again, Devin Haney has good reflexes. He's fast. Defensively, he's pretty sound. Not perfect, but pretty sound. The key component, pretty sound. If he has any of those flaws, it's Norman's job to be able to expose those flaws. If he
Who
doesn't, then Devin
who
Haney
got a
has a
stronger skin?
solid chance to win the fight. If Norman overcomes those particular, taking advantage of those technical flaws that Devin has at moments, then it's going to be night night. And he
You
don't
know,
have to. The thing is, he can. The thing. One of the things is he's learned a lot of stuff. He's patient. He's a much more patient fighter than he was, years back. So that's one of the components that I feel that's going to be really helpful for him, because one of the things Devin would do to him is to make him get frustrated, try to keep him on the outside to some degree. But a part of the problem for that as well is David Haney doesn't have that advantage in regards to reach. But
one of Devin's best advantages in boxing is taking away niggas' best tools. Do you think Norman has a backup plan if he can't knock a nigga out? Do you
absolutely,
are you saying that
absolutely,
if Norman, if he doesn't knock out Devin Haney, he could beat Devin Haney on points,
yep,
outboxing him?
absolutely. Well, what I would tell you was this: Devin Haney's goal is to slow down the tempo, slow down the output. So if Devin is able to slow down the output, then it bodes very well for him. But if Norman is able to be able to, when Devin decides to exchange, if Norman is timing him properly on those exchanges, it's gonna get real. It's gonna get dicey fast. I'm telling you. But Norman may not be able to do that all the time. So
Who's
that's
faster?
why I'm giving Devin Haney, more credit than some people
Who's
may.
faster?
Yeah, Devin Haney is naturally a little faster, but see, the thing is, Norman's not slow at all. So if
Hey,
Norman's reflexes can match him to some degree in some of the exchanges, it's gonna get dicey. That's the key component to me.
so basically what I'm hearing is, in order for Norman to win this fight, he has to hurt Devin Haney. He
Um,
ha- he has to hurt him. That's what I'm hearing from the majority of fans, is that
well,
he
the
has to
percentage
hurt
would
Devin
be a
Haney.
little bit increased if he doesn't hurt him. The Devin Haney might be having advantages within the outside, mid to outside. So I wouldn't say that he has to hurt him, but it would bode much better for him if he does hurt Devin, because Devin then would have to change his game plan, and then from there, the advantage goes to Norman. But if Norman's not able to hurt him, Devin might be able to, work him just enough to win rounds, slow the work rate down, keep Norman on his toes where he can't get comfortable and set for his shots. Then he can be able to, he can take that 12-round decision. There is, I'm a Norman guy, but I'm not disillusioned to say I don't see an avenue where Haney can win the fight. I'm not disillusioned, but I just
I'm
know
give
what's
it a
going to
thousand.
happen. I just know
I
what's
just
about
feel
to
like
happen, though, dog.
Or they
Norman
wishing on the
fans,
star.
they're wishing on a star. Like
Who
They
is?
wishing on
they're
the star.
wishing that motherfucking Devin Haney gets hurt in
Oh no,
this,
I ain't
that
worried
he
about
goes
none
in
of that.
there,
I ain't got to
that
worry
he
about
goes in there and
that.
tries, that he goes in there and tries to fight like the Ryan Garcia fight.
Mm-mm. Devin Haney can fight him just like Jose Ramirez. I don't care how Devin fights him. It doesn't make a difference to me. I'm not concerned about any of those. Just like some of the things you be talking about,
So
I'm
you're
not concerned about
confident
none of that.
if he fights like the Ramirez fight, you're confident Brian Norman
Yep.
will win the fight.
Very.
Devin gonna fight him like
I
that
think
Regis
I
fight.
think you have more confidence than them because last time I checked, the dad said, "Could we get an 18-by-18 ring?"
No.
But we'll beat him without him.
Let me stop you for
But
1 second.
I'm saying?
You don't get what you don't
Niggas just
ask
don't
for.
say
Just
that.
because
Niggas
you
don't
ask
say
for it,
that.
don't mean that you're worried about it being 20-by-20. But you're still going to ask for anything that's going to be for your advantage. So you're going to ask for it. If you don't get it, it don't mean that you don't think you're going to win. You're going to try to get every advantage you can if you're
I don't
dealing
take
with
it.
that
I don't
aspect.
take it
That's
as
just the
that. I
game,
don't take
dog.
it as that. I take it as if you're confident, it wouldn't even matter. That shit wouldn't even have been brought up to begin with.
Right.
Yes and
Right.
no,
Right? What are we talking about? Shit wouldn't
it's
even
easy
brought
for
up
you
to
to say
begin
that,
with.
but you're not doing business though. If you was doing that in that business, you wouldn't be saying that bullshit you're saying right now.
Trust me.
You're
Trust me.
talking from a fan perspective, which is fair.
I'm in business all the time. Art
You're in
manufacturing.
business all the time, but you in boxing business, and
I'm in
that ain't you
business
directly dealing with the
all the time,
situation. Because
and
if
I
you was,
know
you wouldn't have that viewpoint that you have right now. Though you
I
wouldn't.
know I wouldn't want to put myself in a compromising position. So I wouldn't agree with anything if I didn't see what was going to happen. I don't think that Brian Norman know that fucking Devin Haney is an easier fight. I don't think that he's an easy fight. I feel like he thinks that Devin Haney is somebody that can possibly outpoint his son.
Well, if you want to be realistic, you would realize that's something that could happen. So you're not being disillusioned. That helps you prepare for a fight. If you go in over just thinking, oh, there's no way this person I'm fighting is going to beat me, then you may not prepare the way you need to prepare to go into the fight you need to go into. So acknowledging Devin Haney's skill set, advantages, things that he does well, only prepares you for the fight better. So
What about his
again,
power?
sometimes we be reading stuff around.
What about Devin's power? Devin's been sending everybody to the hospital. What about his
I'm
power?
I'm not I'm not too concerned about that at all.
So
To
what are
keep it
you
a bit.
concerned about? I mean, you ain't concerned because you don't got to get in the ring with him. But what are you concerned about, though? Tell me that. What is your concerns?
But Brian Norman personally, nothing.
So you feel like he can outbox Devin Haney?
I
That's what
feel
he
like the
said.
gap between
He said he can
I feel
outbox
like the
him. He
gap
can bang
between
him.
Devin Haney's boxing skills is way shorter than the gap between Brian Norman's efficiency to land power punches and
Oh my
engagement. Because
bro,
Devin
you
Haney throws punches to keep you off of him. You ain't gonna be able to just keep him off of him. You're dealing with the natural 147 pounder. Devin Haney ain't a small dude, but he's still coming up to the natural 147 pounder. Like that don't make no type of difference. Oh, yes, it does.
Let's cook on this comment next gen because I hear a lot of people criticize Devin, say, "Oh, this guy he can't punch or whatever." I feel like Devin has respectable power in that ring because guys ain't just walking through his punches, man.
everyone says that. Every opponent.
Niggas not just walking through his punches, bro. What it is Devin don't. I feel like Devin doesn't have. He doesn't have that killer mentality where if he has you hurt, he's gonna go in for the kill and he's willing to get knocked out if he has to knock you out. I don't think Dev has that. But I think Dev does have respectable power for his opponents to think, well, shit, let me not just jump in. Let me think a little bit before I step in. Because Regis went in there saying this nigga has no power. Remember, Regis had said Devin Haney has no power, bro. And he went in there and got hurt and dropped.
I actually called. I
But you
called
know,
for Devin
this is
Haney
this
to get
is
the
this is
knockout. I thought
what,
Devin was going to knock him
what
out.
they're gonna say is Regis is just the worst fighter on God green earth.
Well,
So
Rica's got no. He got bad feet though. It's
They
just
gonna
like
say
him
the
and
same
Theo
thing
is
about
similar. Except
Brian
Theo's
Norman.
more athletic. He got horrible feet.
They gonna say the same thing about Brian Norman. He's a terrible
No, but
fighter.
they can't say that. First of all, when it's
Man,
all
who
over, with,
Brian
you're gonna
Norman
be
fought
surprised.
like
You're gonna be
Devin
like, damn,
Haney?
that dude is ferocious,
Who
and he
has
can
he
do a little
fought
bit
on
of
Devin
everything.
Haney's level? Who he fought on Devin Haney's level? Please tell me
Devin
anybody.
Haney, Devin
Devin
Haney,
Haney.
you can't take your resume in the
When
ring
did
with
they
you,
fight?
player. You
When did they
can't take
fight?
your resume in the ring with you,
When did they
player. That's
fight?
all I gotta tell you, dog.
When did they fight? You said Devin Haney. When did they fight? As if they fought before.
They're
When
about to
they
fight
fought?
real soon. You're gonna
Yeah, but
add that to his resume. That's why I'm saying you said who's on his resume, Devin Haney. It's about to be added to his resume. You
brother,
can't take
who
your
has
resume in
he
the ring
fought
with you,
like
player.
Devin
All
Haney?
that resume talk is beautiful, but
Who?
when you in that
We're not
ring,
fucking
that resume
resume.
don't fight
Who
for
has
you.
he
fought like Devin Haney? Who has he fought? Like, who has he been in the ring with? Like, anybody mirror Devin Haney, even on the level of Devin Haney? Who
I
has he
mean,
fought on the
I mean,
level?
stylistically wise, the closest people refer to Quentin Randall and all
So
that, but I'm
so
not really
so
too concerned
so
about that.
so
Is Quentin
so
Randall
the
Devin Haney?
oh, hold on. So
I
the
mean,
Bias one.
but what
I
are
want
we
to ask you a
talking
question.
here? Are we?
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. So why does Vegas have Devin Haney the favorite in this fight? The Bias one. Why do you think that is?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Why do you think Vegas have Devin Haney as the favorite in this fight?
Well, Devin Haney's the slightly more seasoned fighter. If we're going to keep it a bean, let's come on, guys.
And why why
Let's
why
not play
why would
Captain
that matter?
Obvious games. Let's not play
If
Captain
you
Obvious
if you're
games.
saying resume
You're
doesn't
talking to
matter,
someone. You're
why
talking to
does it
someone
matter?
that knows boxing and don't bullshit in front for nothing. That's you're talking obvious games with me right now. We know why Devin Haney's slightly favored. It's not. It's not.
But you're
Let's not be
saying resumes
disillusioned here.
don't really matter. So
No,
I'm just trying. I'm just
you
trying
can't
to
take it with you in
figure
the
this
ring.
out.
I didn't say it don't matter. You can't take it with you in the ring. Understand what I say to a point. Don't try
I
to
mean,
twist the words
I
to
mean,
fit something else.
I mean,
You
you
can't
can.
take it in
You
the ring.
can.
I didn't say it don't
You
matter.
can. I disagree. You can't because in David Benavidez versus David Morrell, we seen what happened in that fight. The more seasoned veteran fighter, he knew he brought his resume and everything he learned from that shit right in
He
there.
brought
Said,
what he
"Oh,
learned from in the
this
ring. He
young
didn't
man,
bring his
this young
resume
man,
itself.
this
He didn't
guy,
bring the resume
he's
itself.
gonna. He doesn't know if he sits right there, I could just pull his guard down and slap him upside his head. He's inexperienced. He doesn't know this shit. Brian Norman, what if he doesn't know that, hey, man, if you throw a bomb and miss, there's going to be a counter right. And if he throws something back, the guy's going to be out the way.
The thing is, what you don't understand, he's been prepared for all these things.
I
Y'all
seen Brian Norman
y'all
get dropped
sleeping.
with a straight right down the pipe
And you know why he got dropped with the straight right down the
by a
pipe?
nigga who's not even a puncher.
What do you mean he's not even? Hold on. Do you know why he got hit with that straight right? Because he was pressing more. When you're over pressing, you leave yourself open for shots. That's why I told you when you go off those old clips if you want to. If you want to ride on those old clips, fine and dandy. You have every right to. But them old clips gonna get your shit busted with new clips. I'm just telling you
Well,
now in advance.
so what
You
they
roll
watching
off
right
them
now?
old clips when you get shot with the new ones. Don't say I didn't tell you so.
I seen Norman with the weight vest on, with the Jordan shorts on, fucking jump roping to old footage of Devin Haney. Why is that? Because he's expecting the best version of Devin Haney to show up.
As
Niggas
he
watch
should.
they watch footage to see what this guy's what he's gonna bring to the table. And the old footage, unfortunately, of Brian Norman is showing that, he's a good fighter, but when you're comparing him to Devin Haney, who's already on the road to Hall of Fame, it's different skill wise.
Okay, I hear you. Guess what? It's different skill wise when you listen. Devin Haney has always been the bigger guy. He's not the bigger guy in this fight. He can match up and go even with him size wise, but he will not be the bigger guy. He's
He's the
always
more
been the bigger, longer guy. That is not going to be in this case. Devin Haney has obstacles as well.
so
Just like Norman
what
has
fight
obstacles, Devin
what
Haney has
fight
obstacles.
what
Stop
fight
pretending like he got it all figured out. Devin Haney is not the
the
fucking
bias
perfect
one.
fighter, dog. He
The
got some
bias
things
one.
to figure out about
The
Brian
bias
Norman
one.
too.
Let's cook. What fight has Devin Haney used his size as an advantage to win the fight?
Oh my God, are we really doing this, dog?
I just want to know
Devin Haney says in every
what
single
fight
way,
has he
you're
used
too
his
little, you're
size and
too little.
advantage?
That's
Because
part of his advantage he's
we
had
know
in most of
Tyson.
all his fights. Let's just keep it a bean. It's not.
Hold on. Let me cook. Because we know fighters who use their size and advantage, like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, biggest man in boxing. He uses his size. He'll lean on you. He'll grab you. He'll smother you.
We're talking
He'll
about
hold you down.
heavyweights.
That's
Are we
using your
comparing
size.
heavyweights? Are we
What
comparing heavyweights?
what
Are we
fight has
comparing heavyweights right
I'm
now?
comparing size. What fight has Devin Haney has where he used his size to win the fight? Where you said, damn, if it wasn't for Devin Haney's size, he wouldn't have never won this fight. What fight is that?
What fight was that? Almost every single fight, because he keeps him on the end of the stick of his jab. Him having the length, him using his size and length, keeping you on the end of the stick of his jab is using his size. Come on, guys, y'all guys can't be disillusioned this bad. You really can't be disillusioned. You
Bro,
can't
you
be. Against
delusional.
Loma,
You
he used his reach as an advantage. He used his size as an advantage in the fight. He's the naturally
How?
bigger guy.
What
Let's
fight?
not be disillusioned. Let's
What
not be
fight?
disillusioned.
What
Unbiased.
fight?
I can help you explain if you need me to because they don't understand.
You know what I mean? If you want to explain it to him, I'm not going to go into the deep prep. It's
I get
kind of
what you're
simple. It's
saying.
self-explanatory. But go ahead.
No.
I get what you're
Explain
saying.
to me. I'm an understanding person.
Okay, I'll explain it to
Make
you.
it make sense for me.
I'll explain
Because
it to
that's
you.
why I'm asking the bias one. But he's just saying, that's too much to talk about.
I'm gonna tell you, let me talk right now. And I'm
Okay,
not even saying it's a bad thing to do, but see, when we talk about using size as being a weight bully, in our head, we imagine a guy, pressing the guy like a Tyson Fury style, grabbing him, leaning on you, all that stuff. The way Devin Haney uses his style, besides his reach, like bro was saying, if you do get past that reach, right? If you close that gap, guess what? He's bigger and stronger than his opponents. He can just grab him. If you get past my reach, now I can just grab you and hold you. And because I'm stronger than you, there's nothing you can do until the refs break us up, get me back to my range, and then it's rinse and repeat. Do y'all not remember the jab and grab narrative that people were saying about Devin? That's what the narrative was. Once you get by my
So
reach,
you're saying he was physically stronger than these guys, that he was grabbing him and niggas just absolutely couldn't break the clinch if they tried. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. And he's not going to be able to do that with Norman. I promise you, he's not going to be able to do that with Norman. I
Hell
promise
All
you.
right, man, let me know when I can cook. I'm gonna go on mute.
Go cook.
Go ahead.
All right. Say what you want.
The thing is, they're saying Devin Haney. Are you saying like Devin Haney is going in there weight bullying dudes and about the jab? Let me tell you something, bro. Devin Haney's going to go in there as a sniper fighter, bro. Everything is going to be perfect. We're not taking Brian Norman lightly, but Brian Norman never fought no one on this level. I don't know where y'all not understanding that. Brian Norman never fought no one on Devin Haney's level. Honestly, to be real with you, in my opinion, I think he's going to pull out the fight. To be honest with you, but I don't think Brian Norman.
You sound silly as hell.
Wait, I let you cook. I didn't say nothing. Brian Norman is just a puncher, bro. That's it. He has nothing else besides that power. Once you notify that power, then what? He can't move with Devin around the ring. He can't outthink Devin around the ring. He can't outbox Devin around the ring. And y'all depending on the clinch and who gonna break a clinch, man, Devin gonna beat that boy ass, and y'all know it. Y'all not even Brian Norman fans. This shit just started last week.
So can I ask you a question?
I'm gonna
Team Norman, you guys talking about we just got fans last week. I've been talking with Senior for 4 years, bro. I've been chopping it up with Senior. Man, you get out of here with that goofy shit.
I know you and the rest of everybody now.
I'll be honest. I'm not a Brian Norman fan, but I've been watching him and I see the skill set.
I've been watching him before he's at top rank. I've been watching him since he was 13-0, dog.
And I am a Brian Norman fan now because I like his style. He's a boxer.
Me too. I like Brian Norman for sure.
That's
definitely do.
My
I
favorite
like
style of boxer. It's a great fight.
Just get ready for the bag he gonna show y'all. Y'all think he ain't got no bag? He gonna show you the bag he got.
And Brian Norman is an elite counterpuncher. He's an elite counterpuncher. Don't get it twisted.
You finna find out that bag he got. Listen. I'm not sleeping on Devin. I ain't sitting here talking about Devin ain't got no chance. I respect Devin, but I know what time it is. I know what it's gonna be. On that night, it's finna get really real. Devin gonna have to be on his 100% game, just like Norman got to be on his 100% game, because both of these guys is finna get the fuck ready. They finna go all the way in the lab, and they finna pull shit out that they ain't did before. Just like I thought with Haney and Loma, I said both of these guys are gonna do something in this fight I haven't seen from them, and they both did it. I knew it was gonna happen because it's just that caliber of a fight. I don't disrespect Devin Haney. I put respect on his name. At the end of the day, though, this challenge is gonna probably be a little too much for the brother. But salute to him. Salute to him.
Are you a Lomachenko fan? Are you a Lomachenko fan?
I mean, I'm not like a fan in the sense of like I love Loma. No, I think he was a pretty good fighter. Didn't have the best professional career compared to his amateur career, but he was a really good fighter with great moments. Yeah, but I'm not like I'm more of a fan of Usyk and Bud than I am of a Loma.
Okay, so if you think he came up to 147, how you think Loma would do against Brian Norman?
He would get stopped. He would get stopped.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking this man right here.
Loma's way too small. Loma had reached his limit at that point. 135 was his maximum limit. He pressed it as far as he could press it. Anywhere further, he's going to sleep.
Let's say if he was Haney size.
I mean, that hypothetical, if he was Haney size, he'd be a completely different fighter with a completely different career. So I can't apply that.
I get what you're saying. So you're basically trying to say, what if they were naturally the same in the same
Pretty
way.
much what I want him to admit that he's a Loma fan, and all of them get mad because Devin beat the fuck out of Loma.
I'm not a
He's really
Loma
not
fan. I put money on Devin because can y'all stop playing the bullshit games of he's this fan, he's this fan. I'm a boxing fan. Stop that goofy shit with them goofy fans.
Show
You're
me.
talking to a
Show me.
boxing guy. You're not
Show
talking
me.
to a goofy
Show me
fanboy,
you put
bro.
money on
You know
him.
that
Show me
goofy
you
shit.
put money on him. Show me you put money on him, and I'll shut the fuck up. Show me the ticket. Vegas give
One,
tickets.
I'm not gonna waste my time doing it. Because I don't have to. I don't have to prove anything to you. I put money on Haney. I picked Haney, but I thought Loma won the fight. But I'm not going to disrespect Devin Haney because he went out there and fought like a soldier. He went out there and put up a good-ass fight, and it was a great-ass competitive fight. So I'm going to respect him regardless of how I thought because both guys performed that night.
Show me the
So you're
ticket,
not
fam.
talking to a goofy nigga. Stop the bullshit.
Yeah, you on some bullshit, fam.
Show me the ticket.
I don't gotta show you shit. Why do I gotta show you a ticket to tell you that I know that I thought I had my money on Haney, but I thought Loma won, but I'm not gonna disrespect Haney because I thought he fought well.
I know you thought Loma won. I know you did.
But I picked Haney to win the fight. I'm not a Haney fan. I'm not a Haney or a Loma fan. I'm not sitting here like I'm riding for either guy. What are you talking about? I'm not riding for either guy. I don't play the boy game.
I'm gonna go on
I'm
mute,
not.
bro.
How the fuck am I a Haney hater? How can I be a Haney hater if I think Haney's gonna win the fight going into the fight?
A hater for speaking.
Stop being so sensitive and soft with your dick in your booty for a fighter, bro. Cut the bullshit out. Get your dick out your booty for a fighter. I don't hate Devin Haney in any capacity.
Black man, like I'm talking to you like one. I ain't called you no bitch. I ain't said no
bro, but you acting dick in the booty about Devin Haney. I don't hate Devin Haney. You screaming out I'm a Devin Haney hater without having any context. That means you being dick in the booty about a fighter because you're not paying attention to what I'm saying. I said I respect Devin Haney, and you were talking about pull a ticket out. I don't do fanboy games, dog. That's your lane, not mine. That's not my lane, dog.
Act like an adult for once and show some respect. You can talk without the insults. Trust me, you can.
Okay,
it's called education, bro. Don't use your feelings, bro. Just talk.
Hater without any proof, and you won't respect. Makes first. Don't talk out your ass.
Y'all give me a second to cook. Y'all give me a second to cut real quick.
It's that simple.
Go ahead.
I'm not Devin Haney hater.
1 second.
You sound dumb.
1 second, bro. All I'm saying is, look, I already got bets on this fight. I got a couple bets on this Norman versus Haney fight. On Devin Haney, I got Devin Haney winning by UD. But I ain't gonna insult nobody if you don't got Devin Haney. If you don't got Devin Haney, that's perfectly fine. But one thing I am questioning is a lot of these fans. Are you guys truly Norman fans, or is this something that's new? Because I swear I was not seeing people talk about Norman a year and a half ago.
Dude, I'm the person that brought the evidence that Rachel doing there about the whole bullshit with Boots and Eddie Hearn. I'm the one that brought all that shit to the table, dog. I did tons of research. I've been rocking with Norman for years, dog. I've been talking with Senior for years. I ain't hearing this goofy shit, bro. You're not talking to them other bullshit fans.
How long ago? What you mean years? How long ago?
Dude, I've been talking with Norman Senior for almost 4 years, dog.
Man, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Is it on your boxing channel, bro?
Mark Nash, bro. Mark Nash.
Yeah.
Mark Nash. He's Team Norman. I fuck with Norman. I fuck with Senior. I fuck with Junior. I'm not hearing none of that shit. No, what the fuck you talking about? I've been rocking with Norman before he was at top rank, dog. Before he was even at top rank, bro. Before he fought Quentin Randall, me and Senior been chopping it up for eons. I'm not hearing that goofy shit y'all talking about. I'm not.
Is it on your page? Is it on your YouTube page? Can I look it up?
Bro, I just told you who. Mark Nash. Go back.
On YouTube page.
All right, if y'all want to play the bullshit games, go for it. I'm not going to do that with you. I don't have to do that with you because I know what I know and I know what I know. I don't have to prove anything. I've been rocking with them for years. I don't have to sit on the ledge and prove it to you. I'm talking to you, being straight up with you, putting respect on his name, and y'all playing goofy games. I don't got time for goofy games.
Let's go back to 2023 and let's see what you said about Norman. 2023. That ain't that long ago. Go back to 2023. Let's see.
I made 1,200 on the Santana Leon fight with Norman.
Man,
okay?
If you don't get the fuck on.
Can you show us, please?
I'm not going to because I don't have to.
Stop horsing around.
I don't have to. This is not the type of games I'm playing with y'all. I'm not playing these goofy got you games. I'm just telling you, I've been rocking with Norman for years. I don't have to prove anything to you. If you want to get the evidence, go search for it. I'm not wasting my time on that goofy shit. I'm trying to talk boxing with y'all and y'all on that stupid got you goofy cornball games. I don't got time for that.
About Brian Norman.
Bro, you started.
I've been rocking with Brian Norman for years.
On your page? Is it on your page? Yes or no? Is it on your page? Yes or no?
I don't even create content like that, dog.
I'm
not in this to do content. That's not what I'm here for, dog. I'm not in here for content. I don't do it for that point. So you wasting your time talking, making that type of argument with me. That's not what I'm here for, dog.
I'm just trying to find your receipts, gang. If you don't have no receipts, bro, then I'm gonna
go to Mark Nair's page and go back 3-4 years ago, and you can go listen to the conversations I've had with Senior. Otherwise, don't worry about it. I don't got time to prove shit to you.
Man, only liars talk like that.
I'm looking
Go back, go on Mark Nash's page, go back 3 years and go back and listen to your interviews, and you'll hear me talking with him. Otherwise, either move on and leave this shit the fuck alone. I ain't gotta prove nothing to you guys. I know what I know. I've been there and done that. What y'all guys doing is goofy shit.
What about your page? Do you have it when you
don't do content? When are you gonna get it? I don't do content. I support my people. I rock with boxing, period, overall. Why are you playing goofy games? I don't do content. When are you going to get it for your school? No, passion and upset is two different things. Passion and upset are two different things. If I get off this, I won't give a fuck afterwards. Listen.
You're passionate about a conversation?
You're talking about dumb shit. So I'm trying to tell you right now, you're focused on the wrong shit. If you're talking about proof that you're a fan, I say if you want to get the proof, go to Mark Nash's page, go back 3 years and you'll hear a conversation. Shut the fuck up if you don't want to hear it. I told you where to get the proof. If you want to get the proof, go get the proof or leave it the fuck alone. Come on, stop being stupid, dog. Let's have if you want to have a grown-up conversation, be intelligent. Don't be stupid and say stupid shit. You say stupid shit.
Hey, relax, bro. Go get a
Nobody's lying, jackass. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Are you gonna be smart or are you gonna be stupid? Are you gonna use common sense or are you gonna be a jackass? What's still wrong? You want to have adult conversation, but don't say adult shit. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Brother, relax. Bro, on the internet, you're not gonna do.
You want me to relax? Talk like you got sense and don't be stupid. I'm the same nigga everywhere I go. Talk like you got some sense. I'm telling you, I've been rocking with Norman for years, and y'all worried about proof. I tell you to go get it, and you don't care. Then why the fuck you bring up the point in the first place? That's stupid. Talk to me. You sound like a fucking idiot.
We don't believe
you. Don't believe me. My name is Unbiased Brim. You go talk to C. He gonna say that's my guy. I don't care. I got evidence on my Twitter for years. Me talking about Norman.
Okay, what's your Twitter?
The whole evidence of me talking about the Boots and Norman bullshit. All that shit is documented. Why do I have to prove that to you? If you want to get the info, go get it or shut the fuck up. One of the two.
What is your Twitter? Tell me your Twitter so I can go check.
Unbiased Brim. Unbiased Brim.
Look, y'all talking
about shit.
Y'all talking about
Unbiased Brim. You're worried about the wrong shit.
The X's and the O's of the fight.
I got you, family. Don't worry about it. I'm about to go look right now.
They don't want to talk about the X's and the O's because when you talk about the X's and the O's, the reality.
Bro, you talking too much, nigga. What you want to talk about? Won't me?
I want to talk about the X's and the O's. You want to talk
about the X's and O's?
You want to talk about bullshit, bro. This shit don't even.
I'm looking you want to talk about? Don't worry about it. Hey, what you want to talk about?
You want to talk about gambling tickets? I want to talk about the fight.
Let's talk about the fight, fam. Go ahead, talk. I'm right here. I'm your Huckleberry. Talk to me.
All right, Huckleberry.
You must ain't seen.
Did you know that Devin Haney reached shorter than Brian Norman's? Did you know that?
Okay, cool. Okay, and then what next? Do you know Devin whooped more world champions than Brian Norman?
Has he whooped 147 world champions?
Do you know Devin Haney whooped more world champions than Brian Norman?
135 pounders and world champions.
Now you have to say
something.
Now you say something. Now you say something. Do you know Devin Haney's footwork is better than Brian Norman's?
I don't know that. I think that might be. I think that might be an opinion.
Than Brian Norman?
I think that might be an opinion.
Your turn.
What was the last one you said?
He has more experience than Brian Norman. Your turn.
Yeah, he has more experience at 135 and 140.
Has Brian Norman ever trained with the Mayweathers like Devin Haney did coming up as kids? The boxing family like the boxing royalty? Your turn.
Yeah, but who's in the corner? Who's the head chef in the corner right now? Is it a Mayweather or is it Bill Haney that's telling him to run from his opponents?
Let me tell you something. The teacher's not in your corner, but his lessons are in your mind. You still know the teacher's lessons.
Why did he show them lessons?
So you're always there.
Why he showed them lessons his last fight?
He did. He showed you how to box and hit and not get hit. That's what he showed you. And he sent the nigga to the hospital. Your turn.
Man, where dude go line? Because I'm looking, I don't see shit. He lied.
Nah, bro. I've been on what's the face page. I've been on Martin Nash's page, bro. He has been there for years, bro.
Man, fuck out. I ain't
Family,
keep
I
shit.
don't
I
care
swear to
about that.
God.
You
For
riding
years.
with
I mean, that's why we
I
even
swear
worried
to
about
God.
that.
I be
For
on Martin Nash's
years.
page. I remember
For years.
next
when
Let's
gen.
see
shit
it.
went
Let's
random
see
white
it. Come
happened.
on.
Next gen. It's me and you. We're talking about the fight. It's me and you. Talk to
What's
me.
up? What's up? What was the last thing you said?
Do you think that Chinese restaurant is anything on the level of Devin Haney?
I think that Chinese restaurant will knock Devin Haney out
Oh,
if
you
they fall. I think Jin Sasaki and knock Devin Haney out if they fall.
Nigga, what?
Stop it.
bad boy for
Hey,
that boy.
hey,
Stop
hey,
it.
hey, hey, hey,
Stop
get
it.
the fuck out of here. Look,
Stop
I'm
it.
not trying to hear that shit. That's how you know niggas is talking
Hey,
crazy.
it sound good.
No,
This nigga said what? Jikasaki.
But listen what I'm saying. But listen what I'm saying though. But listen
he
what I'm
riding
saying.
with emotional nigga, and I'm supposed
I
to
ain't
believe
trying to.
that.
I ain't trying to
Can
listen.
I talk?
I can't hear that. I can't hear that though.
But
I'm
why
sorry.
can't I speak my
You're
piece?
talking, but I can't hear that
But why
because
can't I
nigga,
speak my piece?
what? What?
He was
Listen what
not
I'm saying.
Devin Haney
Jikasaki?
out.
Listen
Nigga,
what I'm
what?
saying. Listen what I'm saying. Just
Let me
listen what
ask you
I'm
this:
saying.
was it cool for Ryan to be on steroids?
No,
So, do you believe that Ryan was on steroids when it first came out?
I didn't when it first came out, but I do now.
You do now. So, how long did it take you?
Until he looked like a bowl of shit against Rolly.
So, you didn't care about what the test say, the black and white said. You
No,
just want to see fight.
no. I take that back.
Let me guess, Victor Conte.
Once the other test came out, once the B sample came out, I did think he was, but I'm not gonna lie. Y'all might get mad. I'm just being honest though. I can only be
We
honest.
already know what you're gonna say, fam. We're not gonna get mad. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna say before you say it. Would you like me to do that?
Tell me, and I'll tell you right or wrong.
You still didn't believe it because you think that they spiked Ryan and Ryan
No.
didn't know what was going on.
No, now let me tell you what I really think. I
Talk to
really
me.
think that he tried to use that stuff so he could make weight. I think he waited to the last minute.
Nigga, that's cheating.
But for real, it's cheating. But I really think that he tried because you gotta understand he passed like 3 drug tests leading up into the fight, and then failed the one right before the fight before he blew weight.
Yeah, that's because he had to start losing weight, brother, and it started coming out of his fat cells. But fuck all that shit. So, are you a Tank fan, my good man?
No, I like anyway.
You like Monster anyway? Hey, Monster anyway is a motherfucker. He ain't got no chin though.
What you mean? No. Hold up.
He just got dropped by a dude that do plumbing. The nigga was just plumbing at my house the week
and what
before
happened
If
that.
he
after
ain't got
that?
no chin, then Devin ain't got no chin.
And
Then.
got right back the fuck up and went to
He
work.
did.
If a
Hey,
new
I'm not
ain't
even
got no
talking
chin, then Devin ain't got no chin.
When
Then.
you ain't got no
emotional,
chin,
cuz
that
I ain't
means
even
you
talking
get hurt.
about you. I ain't talking about you emotional, cuz me and my man's having a legit man conversation. So back to the fight. So you feel like Chinese restaurant would knock out Devin Haney in how many rounds?
It would be no. I ain't gonna say he definitely ain't gonna dog Devin, but I think he would get to Devin because you gotta understand. Think about when him and
Man, get
Norman
the
fought.
fuck, bro.
Norman
Bro,
had
don't
to hit
waste
this
your
nigga.
breath lying, bro.
Let
You
me
don't
guess with
think
the left
that.
hook.
No,
Let me guess
Norman,
he gonna knock him out with the left hook.
but y'all, Norman was landing 60% power shots on that motherfucker, and he still wasn't going down. Devin
So
could not.
what?
That man is not Devin Haney. What do you not get?
Devin Haney not punching like Norman?
Oh, how do you know that?
What you mean? How I know? It's obvious.
How do you know that?
Look, man, I know you really love Devin Haney.
He got a highlight knockout on a fucking bum. On a bum.
Bro,
Let's just be G.
the nigga got like 24 knockouts in like 29 fights.
He
Have
got
you
2
ever heard of
knockouts
a
in the
manufactured
UFC 2
fighter?
years in a row.
Have you ever heard of a manufactured fighter? That's what Top Ranks do. They manufacture their fighters, bro. They don't have ain't no real killers over there, bro.
And the same top rank fighters beat
Look,
PBC fighters every time they fight.
I'm gonna
I don't
catch
give
you
a
right
fuck
here.
about PBC. You got the wrong one, champ.
Hold up, let me talk, because I'm about to catch you right here.
Do your thing, P. I'm here.
Brian Norman Jr. wasn't even supposed to win the Giovanni Santillon fight. He was the guy they was bringing in to lose. He wasn't supposed to win that fight.
That's the same thing
In
they said about
his backyard. He was in his backyard.
And to be honest with you, they probably thought Jin Sasaki was gonna beat him. Really?
They said that the first American-born Chinese, Japanese, wherever the fuck he is, Vietnamese, 2 leads, Lakers, and 5.
Yep. They probably wanted him to lose that. They probably wanted him to lose both these fights.
And Brian Norman did what a brother do, and he whooped that nigga. He knocked that bum out. That's what he was supposed to do. So you can't
call him manufactured then. You can't call him manufactured.
He knocked the bum out.
No, man, you can't call him.
He got it from the mud. He got it from the bottom.
He's literally getting it out the mud. Literally.
He was fighting with one hand for like 4 or 5 fights with one hand. Y'all, I'm telling you, don't go off the old clips, dog. I'm telling you. Mark my words.
I just feel like it's some hate going towards Brian Norman.
Hey, Art man, the dude at the top, he talking to you. Me and the dude under the bottle of me, he talking to me. Hey, so what you were saying? The hate? I got love for Brian Norman, homie. I love my black people, brother.
You said what's up?
I'm just saying, don't disregard Brian Norman
I
because
would
you
never.
like Devin Haney.
Let me say something. I'm gonna uplift Brian Norman because when Devin finished this dude, we want all credit.
Yeah, no, and I said it in the comments. If Devin Haney beat Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney is top 5 pound for pound, and he's the king of the 4 kings.
Do you know what they gonna say when Devin Haney whooped this boy ass or knocked this boy out?
He definitely not stopping Brian Norman.
Hold on, no. What are they gonna say? Brian Norman wasn't shit. He didn't beat anybody. He beat a dude that worked at the Chinese food restaurant.
To be honest, that's what haters gonna say. That's what haters gonna say. But real people that know boxing,
man, they be basing their all opinions based on the haters instead of anybody else. They base everything based off of what somebody a hater is, and then try to associate everyone as a hater. That's why they doing goofy shit. That's why they be goofy as hell. They associate everybody as a hater. That's what makes them goofy.
It's their opinion at the end of the day. I can't imagine nobody's opinion.
You can't
that's why we gotta have
bro.
these
You
educated conversations.
Bro, just be 100, bro. You niggas be hating. What the fuck?
I ain't gonna lie. I definitely used to be a Devin Haney hater.
He's a threat to y'all favorite fighter, and if not, bro, then y'all just bandwagoning the other niggas, bro.
If Haney wins his fight, he's a Hall of Famer.
Why can't we just have an opinion?
Haney was a Hall of Famer before the fight. He's undisputed.
If he wins this fight, it's guaranteed he's in the Hall of Fame. If he wins this fight, it's
guaranteed. He was undisputed.
No. It's not already guaranteed yet. But if he wins this fight, it's guaranteed.
Bro, Brian Norman cannot put nobody in the Hall of Fame. Are you fucking crazy?
It's not about.
It ain't about just Brian Norman. It's about a third weight class, bro.
Exactly.
Come on, perspective, dog. Come on, man.
Yeah, he was already undisputed and beat the so-called white.
Yes, and that gets on the short list, and that gets them on the short list. But this next feat solidifies it.
Oh man, this shit.
Come on, man.
Bro, you are the worst, bro. Like this shit is crazy. That man is not. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Brian Norman is that. If anybody beat Brian Norman, they're going straight to the Hall of Fame. You are 100%.
It's not about just Brian Norman. It's the third weight class, dog. Come on, like use your move.
It doesn't matter if Devin lose every fight. He won undisputed. That's not a feat that everybody is going to achieve.
But that doesn't guarantee you just that. Just accomplishing just that does not guarantee it.
Undisputed champion that ain't in the Hall of Fame.
It gets you at the door. It gets you to the door where you can knock on the door.
Tell me one. Tell me one that ain't there. Just tell me one.
Charlo ain't a given for Charlo. He was undisputed. I don't consider Charlo a Hall of Famer, bro, and he made undisputed, dog.
He's still fighting.
I got a question for bruh. So is Kambosos going to Hall of Fame?
Kambosos was never undisputed. He was unified. You can't run that shit.
He was basically Hall of Fame, basically.
How? He was never undisputed. He won 3 belts.
He actually had the franchise.
And a trophy.
He won that franchise belt too.
Brother, that's not a belt. That is a trophy. That is not a belt. That is a trophy. Look at the original rules of the franchise title, bro. He petitioned to get that. That is a trophy. That is not a belt.
Okay. But let's be honest.
Nigga, I am honest. I was just honest with you.
But I'm about to let me finish, bro. You getting up there, bro. I'm trying to keep it cordial.
You know you are right now. I'm sorry about that, P. My
you
fault,
good.
P.
You good. I'm just saying. Just let me say what I'm gonna say. We all know they took that belt from Lomachenko, but didn't Lomachenko win that belt off Linares, the WBC?
Lomachenko actually dropped that belt because he did not want no Devin Haney.
Right. But what I'm saying,
mandatory for it. And the same thing that just happened to the boy Bivol, I believe his name is Bivol. How they stripped him, that's the same way they stripped Loma.
Right.
So that's how Benavidez got the belt. So don't try to make don't try to do that shit. Don't do that.
I'm not. But what I'm saying is,
you ain't talking to no cat.
He never lost that belt in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't. If you don't want to fight for it in the ring, you're gonna get stripped out the ring. There's consequences and repercussions behind everything. If you don't fight for it, you lose it. But what you should have brought up was when Charlo stayed out the ring for damn near 2 years, and they stripped him after 2 years of that WBC belt.
Does making undisputed guarantee you Hall of Fame status?
Yes, you're not gonna get.
Is Corey Spinks Hall of Famer? Is Corey Spinks a Hall of Famer?
Hold on, wait. Say it one more time. I'm sorry. I'm actually to say it one more time because I don't know if you're talking to me.
Hold on, 1 second. Devin Haney definitely is going to a Hall of Fame already because not only is he undisputed, he's the youngest undisputed in the 4-belt era in the lightweight division. When you look at the lightweight history, it's going to show 2 people undisputed in that weight class. What's his name? Sweet Pea Whitaker and Devin Haney.
Yep, Pernell Whitaker.
Pernell Whitaker and Devin Haney. And as we see now, it's probably going to be looking like that for the next 10 years because these niggas ain't moving shit at the 135 division. And then on top of that, he goes up to fight a world champion and beats that world champion. 2-time world champion at that. Regardless if you niggas say this is the worst fighter on God green earth. Nigga, his credentials showed you that he was able to win a world title twice. A lot of niggas can't even do that. But yeah, so yeah, that's definitely undisputed material. And then especially if he beats Brian Norman Jr., that would definitely put a stamp on it for sure. But regardless, that is Hall of Fame worthy already.
It's worthy. It's not guaranteed, but it's worthy.
But
it's worthy.
It's low key guaranteed because nigga, if they got Rocky Balboa in it, they got Rocky Balboa in it, nigga, they're gonna put Devin Haney.
I mean, but that also is about impact though. I mean, I hate when everybody keeps using Rocky Balboa references, but that was a cultural impact. So I mean, and using that as the references comparison is kind of disingenuous to the core because that was about an individual impact. They played a role in boxing across the board.
Gotti in the fucking Hall of Fame, nigga. What we talking about, nigga? Hell nah.
I mean, yeah, I throw Gotti's in the Hall of Fame. Come on now, anybody. I mean, the standard of being in the Hall of Fame is not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not something crazy. Maybe you may not view him as Hall of Fame because some people just don't, they don't like Devin Haney as much. So, but it's okay. You don't have to like the nigga like that.
But I didn't say he wasn't. I said he was Hall of Fame worthy now, but a Brian Norman win guarantees it. It ain't that far off from your opinion. Y'all just so hell bent on that. You disavow what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
if Brian Norman beats Devin Haney, niggas will be fucking boosting that shit all the way up.
But the thing is, Devin Haney,
that was undisputed, that was unified, and all this shit. Nigga,
but you know what though? If Devin Haney loses this fight, I'm gonna be looking at anybody that you like try to play him. Like y'all bitches, man. This man went up and fought, he went up here and fought fights that a lot of people wouldn't even do. So to me, Devin, win, lose, or draw, you got to put respect on this name. You can't, even if he gets knocked out in the 4th round, I don't give a fuck. You got to put respect on Devin Haney's name. His career ain't over or none of that bullshit that people gonna be talking about.
I don't know. It depends on how he get knocked out. If
it's a Jin Sasaki, then you would worry, but he ain't Jin Sasaki, so I don't anticipate that. I don't.
But to be honest with you,
expectations for Norman, but I don't expect him to do that.
The fact that he's not Jin Sasaki can make it worse because he might have to take more punishment.
No, but the thing is though, but see, the Devin Haney way Devin Haney fights, he ain't go to say he gonna take more punishment is not being realistic. I expect Devin Haney to slow the tempo down. It's gonna be let a little bit less work going on. Brian Norman has to be patient and aggressive, but patient. If he's not patient, it's gonna fall in the traps for Devin Haney. But he still has to put pressure on Haney though to make the work rate more.
Looking at the fucking clock, like damn man.
Yeah, because if he's too patient,
12th round, the nigga still ain't laying done yet.
Because Devin gonna slow it down, bro. I'm telling you, Devin gonna slow the game down, bro.
Okay,
he gonna turn it to 1998 with Kobe Bryant when they scoring 82 points, bro.
Hey, come on with the Kobe shit, bro. Kobe the guy. But anyway, hey, can I ask both y'all a question real fast, just real quick? What happens when a fighter steps up in competition? Does those knockouts step up with him? Like what? When you step up in competition, not weight size, anything like that. When you fight a hell of a better fighter, because Brian Norman's about to go damn near to the tip top of the cream of the crop here. What do you think is going to happen when he steps up in that competition? Do you think the lights are going to be too big for him? Do you think Devin Haney's skills? I mean, what do you think is going to happen when he steps up in competition? What usually happens? I'll wait. I'm going to go on mute.
You want to go first, Brim, or you want me to go?
I'm going to let you have it, bro.
Okay.
Y'all know each other's first names? Well, oh, yeah, for sure.
Well,
that's Brim is my unbiased Brim is my last name. Brim. Yeah. That's
I told you I'll be seeing him on Martin Nash. I told you.
I mean, and it's been for years. Like we was talking to Senior about the Quentin Randall fight before the fight, and then I was telling him about after the fight was like, man, he was smothering his punches a little too much. He's like, yeah, we're gonna work on that. I'm telling you, bro, I've been around for a clip, bro. I'm new to this. I'm through to this.
But I think
no,
that's what I'm doing right now. Personally, and I don't want to sound disrespectful, but for Norman, I don't know if he's gonna feel like he's stepping up in competition. I feel like he might look at Devin Haney as more of his contemporary. But just to answer your question, I think he'll be very composed because, like I said, even though he hasn't stepped up in competition per se, And to be honest with you, I think Giovanni Santillán was a step up in competition, honestly.
Now, Brian Norman has been stepping up his comp over the last
that's what I'm saying. I don't know where this he ain't been stepping in competition. Now, granted, Devin Haney probably is the best fighter on paper. He's fought.
Ain't no problem.
On paper.
No, that is no.
And in the ring.
The truth of the matter, it ain't no problem. It's a guarantee.
Yeah,
it's a guarantee. It's going to be his best fighter, period.
Okay, that'd be his best fighter. But
I'll admit that there's no doubt about that.
But it's also, and I keep coming back to this point, but it's also the best fighter he's fighting moving up in weight, and that matters, y'all. It just matters.
He's fighting us. Brian Norman is considered right now, I would think, number 2 at 147.
Behind who?
Maybe number 1.
He's number 1. He's number 1.
He's number 1 right now.
Yeah, so Boots is gone. So Brian
that's
Norman
actually not true. That's not true because Boots is number 1. Then behind him is Devin Haney.
Boots done moved
Mr.
up.
Norman,
hold on, bro. Hold on. The number 1 welterweight. The number 1 welterweight right now.
Number 1 welterweight is Norman.
Is Brian Norman.
Take your
time. The
time.
number 1 welterweight is Brian Norman right now.
That's not true because Boots didn't drop them belts yet. So how can he beat?
Bro, yes, we're not dealing with hypotheticals. Boots is gone.
Well, for all intents and purposes,
Boots is gone. If Boots was at 147, yes, you'll be right, but he's not there. So right now,
Boots still has the belts. When did Boots drop the belts?
Okay, are we playing this game?
I'm just asking you. I guess we are, man. I don't know, bro.
Brim, answer his other question about what you think gonna happen when he step up in competition.
Okay, you want me to answer the question?
Every fighter has a different result. Every fighter has a different result. Some step up to the occasion and show what they got. Some have a tit for tat because they were on that level, so the fight is phenomenally competitive. Some guys don't rise to the occasion and were that good, and then later on prove they were. Some guys just wasn't really meant to be on that stage, and they don't show up. Some guys are that good, but they don't show up and get their ass whooped. It's just a various of many different things gonna happen. But the answer, what I think is going to happen with Norman, Norman's going to step up to the challenge, show you exactly what he's made of in a good competitive fight, but he takes control because he's the dog and the bigger man in the ring, and he gonna execute.
All right, so how many of y'all remember Shane Mosley when he was at 135? He was knocking everybody out.
Right.
All right, you remember that? When Shane was at 135, he was KO at like 30. He was like 30 and 30 with his KOs. When you move up in weight, your power goes. So he didn't start getting those knockouts at 147 when he moved up. So normally,
you know what it sounds like? It really sounds like you guys are saying that basically Brian Norman has to hurt Devin Haney to win this fight.
I don't think he has to hurt him.
No, I think it's a 50-50. They
both. I think he has to be applying pressure. I think he has to be pushing the action and letting his hands go. In touching Devin Haney, but I don't think he has to quote unquote.
Can Brian Norman get hurt in this fight?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Personally, that's just how I feel.
Personally, I don't think he can hurt him. He might be able to make him respected enough, but I don't think he can hurt him.
He probably can even drop him. I think Devin Haney could probably drop Brian Norman, but I don't think he can hurt him.
If he catch him off balance, but not with a straight power. I don't see Devin having that type of power.
Are y'all taking this? Anybody. Are y'all taking this bets to Vegas or what? How y'all doing it?
Oh yeah, I'm putting a good bet in on Vegas.
I can't wait. I got a couple rounds picked out.
Okay, good. That's a good thing, man. You know what? Y'all some hell of a boxing fans, brother. Y'all riding for that dude, man. I just hope y'all here after
I won money when Ryan beat Devin. I won a lot of money when
Ryan cheated Devin.
You bet on Ryan? Oh man, that's crazy. I thought Devin was gonna beat his ass, man. I've had Devin by knockout. I thought he was gonna do it better than Tank did. I was like, man, he gonna do it better than Tank did. I was so tight.
We know
Ryan. Here come the truth, y'all. Now watch. Here come the truth. Watch me pull it like teeth. Go ahead, y'all keep talking. Y'all keep talking. Go ahead. So Ryan went there and just beat the shit out of Devin.
I mean,
yeah, he beat him up pretty bad.
Yeah,
he put his ass on.
Yeah, he beat him up real bad.
Who you talking about? Are y'all talking about Ryan?
Yeah, he talking about
Ryan Garcia. Yeah,
no, he beat him up real bad, man. Listen, without the knockdowns, Devin Devin wins the fight without the knockdowns. Devin fought emotionally. I felt like their history played a role in this fight.
Man.
Devin was doing his game plan, but sometimes he didn't stick to it, and I think it set him up for some moments where he got caught with punches he normally wouldn't get caught with because he was fighting with a little bit of emotion because they history. Otherwise, he would have won that fight, bro. I personally believe.
So what about the Nandrolone and the Austrian? I just want to talk.
That plays a hell of a role too because he cheating bastard. Fuck him, bro. I don't even give a fuck if he fights
too. But not you because you got common sense. I'm talking to the one under me. What you say about that Austrian and that Nandrolone?
Yeah, Ryan was on PEDs, but
He
Devin be
was.
messing around with Victor Conte in that snack program. So
Oh man,
I'm
here
not
we go.
saying Victor innocent. I didn't say that.
Here
I
we
didn't say
go.
that.
So Devin on
Here we
drugs
go.
now.
Devin on that snack. He
That
be
shit,
taking on
yeah.
snacks, bro.
It's snickety
Oh, he be
snack.
taking them snacks. So why
No.
he ain't tested positive yet? Why Terrence Crawford ain't tested positive yet? Why Clarissa Shields ain't tested
Nobody. I
positive
mean,
yet?
I would tell you like this: when Victor
You
Conte
know
went to
Ryan Garcia
jail.
was on snack too,
Hold on,
right?
bro. Hold on, bro. Let me answer your question.
Talk to me.
When Victor Conte went to jail,
What does
he
that
was.
have to do with
Hold on,
boxing?
brother. Hold on. You keep interrupting. Let me speak.
You got it. Go ahead.
When Victor Conte went to jail, he was giving steroids to Shane Mosley, Barry Bonds, and they were undetectable.
Yep.
Barry Bonds never tested positive for steroids, and
But
Shane Mosley never
did.
No, we did not. Shane Mosley never tested
Shane
positive for
Mosley
steroids.
did pop positive for steroids. Who do you think you're talking to? Yes, he did. Yes,
Which
he
fight?
did.
I
Which
think
fight?
Shane Mosley did. I think he did.
Brother,
Which fight?
you the one, bro. Please
Which
look
fight?
it up, bro.
Which
Brother,
fight?
can you look it up for yourself before I have to?
No. He never tested
I
positive.
got you. Hold on. Give me a second. I got you. Give me 3 seconds. I got you.
He never tested positive.
But about the Ryan thing with the Osterring, I done told y'all I feel like he did that to try and cut weight. I don't think he went in there trying to go Hulk mode on Devin. I
You
feel
know what?
like
The truth be told, I don't care what
No,
the
I
fuck he
think
was
Ryan
doing it
went
for.
Hulk
Excuse
mode,
my
bro.
French. I
Ryan
don't
went
care
Hulk
what he was
mode,
doing it for.
and he
Because
got
he
caught because
disrespected the
he was
process. He
under that limit.
disrespected
Shane
everybody.
Mosley admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs
He
before the
never
September
tested positive. Is what I'm
2003
trying to tell
rematch
you.
with Oscar De La Hoya. He testified that unknowingly took steroids,
He never
substances
tested
like.
positive.
Hold on, wait. I'm
Who
reading,
didn't
brother.
test positive?
Brother,
Shane
I'm
Mosley.
reading.
Yeah, but
Brother,
he
I'm reading.
admitted to cheating though. So at some
Okay,
point he
that's
did in
That's
some
the
fight
same
at some
he
thing.
point.
never
But I'm not
tested
gonna.
positive. We're talking
That's
about
the same.
Devin
And
Haney and
Barry
Victor
Bonds.
Conte.
Hold on, what? And Barry
Yeah,
Bonds
but
never tested positive. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but
It's
you talking about a
undetectable.
different era in time too. When you gotta
Brother,
remember he
it's
gave
just
away his
Victor
trade secrets,
Conte.
bro. But he
Victor,
gave away his trade secrets when he went
listen,
to
brother,
prison, bro.
listen. Victor Conte knows how to get you undetectable.
But he
So,
gave
so
away his
okay,
trade secrets when he went to jail, bro.
so he's
Are
He's
doing it
people
just
for
doing
forgetting
blood.
that?
as a matter of fact, he's bigger than he's ever been before. Because he
Yeah,
got a
because he
lot of
went the
fighters on the
legal
snack
route
program.
though. Because he had to go the legal route. He gave away his trade secrets, all that clear shit. He gave all that evidence
Oh, let me
away
ask you
though.
this. Let me ask you this. I'm just getting off topic a little bit. All right, let me know if I'm getting
I'll
off
answer.
topic here. Did
Hold
you
on,
see
hold on,
Terrence
hold on,
Crawford
hold on,
and did you
hold
see
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
Okay.
on, hold on. Let me. Hell no. We ain't gonna sit here and talk about Devin gonna lose to Brian Norman, Devin all this, but all of a sudden Devin on steroids because he fucking with Conte.
That's
Nigga, hell
bullshit.
nah,
I ain't
man.
put that on Devin.
And
I
then
can't. I
and
ain't put
then
that
you
on
say
Devin.
you respect Dev. That don't sound like no respect. That's what I'm saying. I see right through that shit, man. You
Wait, I
don't
don't
like
think
Dev.
Brim said
You
that.
don't fuck with Dev for real, but it's okay.
Brim
You
didn't
don't have
say
to
that.
fuck with Dev. You don't have to fuck with Dev. You don't
Brim
have to
didn't
fuck
say
with Dev.
that. That was the other guy that said.
Yeah, I
Oh,
said that. It's not like I don't respect him, but he's messing around with Victor Conte.
Yeah, but that's a reach though. That's Dalcine,
that's
bro.
a
To me, that's
hell of
super
a reach.
Dalcine.
That
That's
ain't no
Hell of a
reach
Dalcine.
because
reach.
Victor Conte been
So
put in
he
jail for
chinny.
that.
So
Yeah,
Devin
he
Haney,
was, but how long
Devin
ago
Haney
was that,
chinny.
bro?
He's smaller, but he on steroids. He a smaller fighter on steroids.
I'm not saying he's on
Nah, Devin kind
steroids.
of swole.
I'm saying that
They crazy, man.
Devin Haney is messing around with Victor Conte. He's on the snack program. So I mean, you take that what you want from it.
I
Devin's
mean,
a
I
good
guess when
fighter.
you do
Nigga,
something illegal
Andre
one
was on
time, I
Snack and
guess
got his ass whooped by Benavidez. What are we talking about?
facts.
Snack ain't no superpowers. Nigga, Mikey Garcia took all the Snack and got his ass kicked by Errol Spence.
I
Facts.
mean, you
What?
could say the same thing about Devin and Ryan though. If you gonna go that way,
Man, you know
Cool.
what? The truth of the matter is, the whole game is questionable when it comes to PD. So that's why I don't waste a whole
Nah,
lot of
man.
time on that bullshit.
I don't like that, nigga. I
Devin
like
is the only
facts.
fighter
I
on
like facts. I like seeing
365
niggas test
tested.
positive. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? You can't argue a positive test.
no, I'm
Can't
saying the
argue
same.
that at
I'm
all.
saying the same way you were saying those guys were getting whooped on Snap. You could say that Devin should have whooped Ryan on PDs.
Yeah, he should have been able to eat all of Ryan's punches on PEDs and not get dropped. Right? Him being on Snack.
I mean, he didn't get knocked out, and he took some
So,
hellacious
but
shots.
I just want to understand. So Snack gives Devin abilities, but the pads Ryan was on didn't give him no abilities.
What are we talking about here,
What you
I ain't
bro?
talking
saying
about,
What
that.
are we
man? I
talking
mean,
about here?
That shit's so fucking crazy, man.
Like, what are we
I
talking
don't
about here? I
understand.
mean, I don't understand why the Devin, a question of just because
Why is
Devin
Snack
works with
even
Snack, why would
being
it be
brought
even
up?
a question?
That sounds like a little
Seriously,
bit of fear. How you gonna be so confident
fear.
in Norman and then say Snack? What you talking about? Why is this
No.
even
You
being
got
brought up?
to remember the context of the conversation. Don't try to apply this to
Why is
Norman.
this
This
even
had nothing
being
to do
brought
with
up?
Norman. This conversation.
I thought Norman's just gonna go in there and blow right through
This
that.
has nothing to do with Norman, though.
Why Conte even being brought up? That sound like
It was a different conversation. It had nothing to do with Norman. So don't apply the Norman to this conversation.
Win, or are you second guessing because of Snack now? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say anything about Snack,
So
but
what we talking about?
the Snack conversation had nothing to do with Brian Norman. So don't associate the Snack conversation with Brian Norman.
About those damn Snack. If we talking about how Norman's gonna go in there and beat Devin Haney up because he beat Jenkins.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think me talking about Snack is pointless. I think there's no point talking about Snack.
They want us to get back to the X's and O's in the comments, man. They want the X's and O's.
You know, Devin Haney, one of the best things Devin Haney has done in some of his fights is that body work. You know, Devin Haney's done some really good body work in a lot of fights. Y'all agree?
That's his best punch. Is his body punches.
He's definitely one of the best. He's definitely
one of the best. Now, do you know that there is a drawback with doing good body work sometimes? And do y'all know what the drawback is when you're doing body work? What's the drawback?
Upside your head. Counter. How did Gian Sasaki get knocked out? Jab into the body.
No, but that's not the same jab, though, partner. That's a different jab. We're talking.
It's not the same jab, but it's still some of the same elements and basic principles apply.
That's not.
It's not the same speed.
That's not the same power. That's not the same person. We're talking about a brother, and we're talking about Chinese restaurant. We're talking about a brother.
I don't know why you calling him a Chinese restaurant. I mean, he ain't super duper great, but he ain't absolute trash. He ain't no worse than freaking.
I'm not saying that, brother. I'm talking about genetics. I'm just talking about genetics, brother.
He really like a 147
The question is, can Devin
do like a
enough?
147 Pitbull Cruise.
Would Devin's reflexes be quicker than Brian Norman's all the time in the 12-round fight? They'll allow him to be to throw body punches without getting countered and hit with a punch that's going to affect his ability to continue to fight.
If he don't hit hard enough to get Brian Norman's respect, Brian Norman gonna walk right through him.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
So who walked right through Devin punches?
I said if he don't get Brian Norman's respect, if he's moving up to 147,
but who's walked right through Devin's punches for us to say that? Because
who's Devin fought at 147 to let us know that he can thump it on that level though?
Y'all got Paulin Malignaggi and Devin Haney confused.
No, man.
No. Where's Devin Haney thumped at 147? I've not seen him thump nobody at 147. Just like y'all say, Brian Norman ain't had to fought nobody like Devin Haney in this experience, and all this good stuff, which is a lot of facts. But Devin Haney ain't never been at 147 and fought with no thumper like that at 147. That's a fact.
Devin fought some punchers before. Linares.
No, natural 147 thumper, bro. Who fought at 147 and thump?
It's not the
It's gonna be a
same.
tough fight.
It's not the same, dog.
Brian Norman's respect. He got to hit hard enough so that Brian Norman just can't walk him down.
You know how niggas want to talk about ratio?
Because Brian Norman know how to cut off a range, bro.
Let's talk about Devin Haney's unanimous decision ratio, because a lot of niggas he fought had more power than him, right? And had more KOs than him. And how did they lose the fight? Unanimous.
What weight class were they in?
I've been watching boxing for a minute, right? So I'm not somebody who's just gonna sit here and be like, well, power. If you have power, that means you're gonna automatically win the fight. Nah, nigga, that's not how the fucking
Hold up. You've been watching boxing for a minute? Answer this question. Answer this question for me, Rick. I'm gonna see how long you've been watching. Who is Little Hands of Stone?
I've seen bigger, stronger punchers lose to guys that you say is smaller.
But listen, Artman, Devin Haney didn't even fight punches at 135 like that. The biggest punch at 135 he fought is probably Linares.
Linares was a puncher. What are you talking about?
Linares was a puncher at 135.
Loma right in the fight before then.
And he wasn't even a big puncher at 135.
Regis Prograis is a puncher.
Regis Prograis is a puncher. He's
a hell of a puncher.
He did not.
He's known for punching.
A counter puncher.
He
don't fight on the front foot, bro. He don't fight on the front foot.
Nigga, did you not see Josh Taylor at the end of their fight?
Regis doesn't fight on the front foot.
The Regis that fought Josh Taylor was not.
Hold on. We ain't gonna sit here. And this is what I'm talking about. When it comes to Devin Haney fighting Regis, niggas is gonna throw Regis like he the motherfucking worst fighter on God green earth.
Let me ask.
Known for being a puncher. Regis is not known for being a boxer.
Artman, hear me out. Hear me out, Artman.
Puncher.
Hear,
a
hear me
puncher,
out.
bro.
Listen to me. Him and T.O. is like, I'm going to tell you the difference between T.O. and Regis. They both are horrible front foot fighters. They're great when they're able to counter and respond. So if you're an aggressive fighter, they'll do very well against you. If you're a boxer and is patient and they have to lead, they suck because they're not good leaders or start initiating the contact. They respond well. That's where Regis was doomed from the jump streak. That's why I had Ryan. That's why I had Devin stopping him. I thought he was going to knock him out. I was mad because I didn't get as much money as I wanted because I thought Devin was going to stop him because I'm like, he don't got the feet to keep up. And the reason why Tio does better because he's more athletic than Regis. So they have some of the same deficiencies, but Tio being more athletic, he can make up for some of those. But if you're a really good boxer, Regis ain't going to be able to make up for it because he don't got good enough feet.
Also,
It's
Brim,
that simple.
All I'm saying is, nigga, I've been watching boxing for a long time, and I just seen it where niggas is looking at the clock in the 12th round, and that big punch just didn't land yet. It happens to these guys, man. I'm trying to tell you.
C. Norman is skilled enough not to rely on one punch.
We just seen Javante, one of the biggest monster punchers in boxing, fight a guy who just came up from a lower weight class. Like, we literally just seen a nigga who Roach is not known for having power. Roach just went up and fought a power puncher, and what happened? It went to the fucking scorecards. He even dropped the motherfucking puncher.
Yeah, but Roach grew up with Tank. He understands Tank back. He knows Tank. He knows when he's getting into the Tank. There's a lot of background.
Skills matter in this game.
Though.
Skills and technique matters in this game.
Roach came up with Tank, bro. He know Tank. He ain't afraid of Tank. He know Tank with some of his strengths and weaknesses. He came up with him. It's a different fight for him, bro.
Bivol versus Beterbiev. Bivol is not a monster puncher. Bivol got like one more puncher, one more knockout than Devin Haney.
But
he fought a nigga with 100. Like, there's nothing you could tell me about this shit, nigga. He fought a nigga with 100% KO ratio, bro. 100% KO ratio. Bivol has the same amount of knockouts as Devin Haney, or
Devin can be Bivol. I don't think Devin can be Bivol.
And what happened? He beat him. You know why? Because he used his fucking skills. He used his legs. Something that you guys
always beats the punch.
I don't think Devin can be Bivol though.
Something that Norman and them complaining about right fucking now. The fucking size of the ring. Niggas, they already know what time it is, bro.
They're not complaining. They just try to get whatever advantage they can. They don't care if it's 20 by 20, but they're going to ask for 18 by 18, dog. Come on, keep it B here.
They're boxers.
Bro, just come in fight.
They're not boxing fans. They're boxers. They understand that. Yeah, I got a puncher's chance, but let's make this ring smaller, because what if I can't land this fucking punch? What's gonna happen?
What if I can't cut off the ring?
What if I can't cut off this fucking ring?
Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What if Norman take away Devin Haney's jab?
That's the question.
You
gotta have more than the jab.
Then Haney's gonna do something else.
Down the pipe.
Okay.
You gotta have more than the jab.
You just said.
Okay.
One of y'all just said.
It is the body work.
Punches his body work, right?
If Devin go into his body, he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt. If he's trying to go to Norman's body, Norman is a good counter puncher, and he catch and shoot too.
You know what's gonna happen? Devin Haney's gonna rack up points, and at the end of the fight, we're gonna say, "Well, all he did was ran."
That's
Depends on how he fights.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick? And
then they're gonna say Turkey fuck with Dev because Turkey Muslim and Dev is Muslim.
We're not worried about none of that. We're not worried about none of that. Not worried about none of that. Let me ask you guys a question. Right now, who has the psychological advantage going into this fight?
That's what
I think Norman.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
It's even,
how?
Man. It's even.
Because this is opportunity to show the world that, nigga, I'm about to be a 3-division champion, bro. That's legacy.
Opportunity to show the world.
This is the moment where they're gonna say, "Welcome to the big leagues."
What's Dev's motto? Legacy, legacy, legacy. Of course, the nigga's gonna get up for this fight. This ain't no fight he's not gonna get up for.
Okay, well, I'm gonna answer Brim's question.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Nothing less but the best in Dev.
Huh? I'm gonna answer Brim's question. I actually think this is one of the worst psychological experiences Devin Haney could be in.
Correct.
Oh my God!
Coming off a bad loss to Ryan, he didn't look that good against Jose.
From Ramirez. He's coming off a win.
He didn't look that good.
Let him finish. It wasn't spectacular. It was just enough to get the job done. But I'm gonna tell you
Nigga,
this
he
right
won
now.
every single round
And
in the
Brian Norman
game
is on a
called
knockout
boxing,
streak.
bro.
And so did Boots against Karen, and we wasn't impressed, dog. And so did Boots against Karen in the first fight, and we was not fucking impressed. So let's keep it a bean, bro. I'm not paying $94 for that shit again.
That's apples and oranges, right?
Not just me keeping it a bean. I'm not paying $94 for that shit ever again.
Look. Here's the thing. Look, Norman is a hell of a fighter, but nigga, this is boxing, bro. It's not called the knockout game. It's called boxing. Hit and not get hit. We've seen on the highest level Devin Haney's able to hit and not get hit when he's not fighting a nigga who on performance enhancing drugs.
At 147?
Right? You as a boxing fan, you will be a fool to expect the worst version of Devin Haney on a night where he's ready to show the world that he's not what you guys say he is.
Anything over 141, anything over 140 is 147. I don't care if it's 1 pound.
Wait, like, you're right.
What we talking about?
Technically correct.
At welterweight, I just seen him win a 12-round fight in welterweight, winning every round.
Against a guy that was not a welterweight. So let's come. Context matters. It's cool. It's a way you can work your way up, but all work your way up and fights are not created equal.
Well, Vegas, no context matter too. That's why Norman is not.
If you're gonna rely on just a Vegas number, I mean that's fine. That's cute.
Why is Vegas picking Devin Haney over Norman?
I bet you the closer we get to that fight, them odds gonna change.
I bet they won't.
I bet you they will.
I bet they change in Devin Haney favor. If they do change, Vegas ain't fucking stupid.
That's even better for me, dog. So go ahead. I don't care about none of that. I hope it do. How about that? I hope it do. How about that?
And this is what I'm saying. You are hoping Norman wins this fucking fight because you can't argue.
No. I'm not hoping Norman. I said I hope the odds go up. I said I know Norman's going to win the fight. I'm not hoping. I know he's going to win the fight.
You're wishing on the star.
No. I know he's going to win the fight. I don't have any hope. I hope the odds are higher for Devin Haney, but I know Norman is going to win the fight.
This nigga hope Brian Norman's going to land that.
I know he's going to win the fight.
I mean, if you make a bet, you definitely gonna hope your bet go through.
Yeah, that's all it is. I mean,
I know he's going to win.
I don't know.
How you know he's gonna win the fight? You know he gonna win.
I know Norman's gonna win the fight.
Because
I ain't gonna lie,
because
he has a good chance to win.
I knew anyway was gonna beat.
I think if you weigh the circumstances, the whole framework of everything going into this fight, the advantages are all in Brian Norman's favor.
Look, I knew Bivol was going to be better beef in that second fight. He arguably won the first fight too, but I knew he was going to win that fight. You know why? Because it's not about power. It's not just about power. I understand that Bivol.
Brian Norman ain't just power either. That's the whole point, though. He's trying to tell you guys. Brian Norman is not just power.
The same thing as Arthur.
Brian Norman is not just power. Better beef is not just power, bro. But Brian Norman,
yeah, but y'all keep comparing them light heavyweights to this. That's cool. But Bivol wasn't moving up. But Bivol wasn't moving up to 175. He been there for a long clip in the champion. You trying to compare that to Devin Haney, solid, great fighter, but he's moving up for real to 147. It ain't 144 versus a guy that was at 144.
And also,
I think it was at 140. It's a legitimate 147.
So
and a thumping one is that.
If Devin win this fight, you got him pound for pound number 3, huh?
I got him top 5 if he win.
If he win, man, I gotta sit down and process it because it's a guarantee he back in the pound for pound. But where he goes,
Canelo. If he beat Norman, I got him over Canelo.
He been over.
It's fair. No, but if Canelo beat Bud, though, I don't know. If Canelo beat Bud, then I don't know. But yeah, if he
credit I can give Canelo if he beat Bud, and I hate to say it like that.
I'm sorry, I gotta give him credit, bro, because this to me, this is how I look at the fight. See, people downplaying Bud, and that's that bullshit. To me, this is the fighter of the generation after Floyd. So if I ask the people questions who been thinking Canelo gonna wash Bud, I say, well, hold on, let me ask you this question. Do you think the winner of this fight would be considered the fighter of the generation? If you say yes, then you can't say nothing about nothing else. Get the fuck out of here. This is a fighter of the generation. Bud has earned this. And I hate when people compare him to Charlo. Like, Charlo was good for what he do, but that man didn't make in-fight adjustments. He had to fight people twice to get over certain hurdles. And then when he fought Canelo, he went out like a gazelle, not a lion. I don't want to hear that. Don't compare him to Bud. Bud is a different animal. Fuck out of here. Put some respect on these guys' names.
Hey, Bud on snack.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. Bud is on snack. That's the elephant in the room.
The legal snack.
He on the same one Devin Haney on.
The legal one.
I'm just saying for the dudes in the back that said Devin on steroids, Bud is too then, and Clarissa Shields. Are we quiet now? Like your man that just said my man ain't
for real. They
on
need to be quiet because I don't be wanting to hear none of that type of shit, bro. I don't be hearing that shit, man.
I don't think Bud or Devin.
Nigga, I'm still tripping over how this nigga said Jinsaki will beat Devin Haney, bro. Like,
oh,
nigga,
he said,
what?
wow.
Like, what we talk? So Devin should be trying to fight Jinsaki instead, right?
I think so.
Like, what?
Let me tell you this, Armin. If Devin Haney went up and said, "All right, let me cook Jen Sasaki," I would feel a lot better about him fighting Brian Norman. But the fact that he's going straight to Brian Norman, and to be honest with you, I feel like if Devin Haney got like a tune-up fight or two, that would be a good thing for him. And I would probably
no, don't run. Don't run.
I do believe if Devin Haney got one fight at 147 before this fight with Norman, I would increase his odds as well, just being fair. And I'm team Norman, but I thought we're going straight to this. I'm telling you, the elements is telling me, babe, it's about to get spicy, man. So when it happened, I'm gonna be gentle with y'all. I ain't gonna be braggadocious or none of that. I'm gonna put respect on Devin's name, everything. I'm gonna be gentle with y'all. I ain't gonna rub it in or nothing like that. I'm not gonna do that to y'all.
Can I ask? Let me just ask a real question. I'm gonna ask a real 100% question, just 100% question, bro. Now, knowing when you fight Devin and Dream Haney, you understand that Vada is coming to your door unexpectedly, right? I want Brian Norman to look the same. I want him to have the same power because he was not tested his last fights.
Yes, he was.
They said he was tested last minute. I think
he was tested his last fight.
Because he's not on the VADA list. You do know
he
there's
was tested. List, right? He was tested his last fight, dog.
He's not on the VADA list once again. So you know VADA has a list on who's getting tested. He was not on the VADA list. I'm saying one more time, there's a list.
VADA doesn't do every single testing. VADA is not every single testing.
They're the best testing in the game because other ones don't.
They might be the best. They might be the best considered to some, but they are not the only. Because British Boxing Control don't use VADA for everything. Not every agency uses VADA for everything. They were fighting in another country, and I know he was tested.
Can you tell me what website that's going to show he was tested? Can you
hey, man, I can't provide you that information. The only thing I can tell you is this. I know he got surprised one time and had to pee. And that's it. That's other than that, I can't give you nothing else, my brother. That's all I know is he had at least pee one time.
I'm going to look it up. But let me tell you something. Devin Haney's on the list. So when he goes in that, when they're testing his ass.
That's not a concern. That's not a concern whatsoever. That's not a concern whatsoever.
And I let you talk. I let his muscles look the same and let his punching power be the same after the VADA testing. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying when VADA testing is involved, everything is on the up and up. That's all I'm saying. Even for Devin
I know,
Haney,
but don't sound scary when presenting it though. Don't sound scary presenting it because we're not worried about that. We're not worried about that. See you when you come by. Have a nice day.
Regardless, we can talk about that all we want, but that ain't got nothing to do with us or the X's and O's.
We gotta watch him. We gotta watch Devin because he's on snack. Remember that was said.
I'm not watching Devin because Devin on snack. I don't care about none of that. We getting ready for the fight, and we know Devin gonna come at his best and be ready to fight. And at the end of the day, he gotta go. So it's gonna be real. Salute to that brother. I know he coming in scrap, but he gotta fall, dog. It's just that simple.
I understand now that you team Norman, man. And I wish team Norman. I want him to succeed. He just ain't gonna succeed against Devin Haney. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, if he don't salute to Devin Haney, bro, I'll look forward to your Hall of Fame speech, my G. You know what I mean? Good work. That's just that simple.
Now, so if he beats Devin Haney, where do you rank him at besides number one?
He's the number one welterweight. His stardom goes up, and then I wouldn't consider him pound for pound or nothing yet. But he starts now. You can talk about him a little bit more, and you can entertain him where he might be, in your top 15, and he's sniffing around, possibly moving to pound for pound someday if he keep winning. But no.
Wait,
I'm a Norman guy, but he's not a pound for pound at this point.
Brim, so you never had
Devin Haney in his greatness,
huh?
You just shit on him.
So Brim, you never had him pound for pound.
You never. No, I did. How shit on Devin Haney in his greatness? Excuse me. Tell me how.
Devin Haney is one of the not face of boxing, bro. He's one of the best fighters, if not the best fighter. Hold on. He's one of, if not the best, or one of the best, and he's the face of boxing. You go to every boxing channel, they're talking about Mr. Devin Haney. So if someone like Brian Norman beats Devin Haney, you better bet your motherfucking ass he gonna be 1, 2, or 3. He might be on the fucking
1, 2, or 3 where?
Pound for pound.
Oh, you smoking rocks. And Norman, my G, man, you smoking rocks. Fuck out of here, man. You sound crazy as fuck, man. Come on, man. No, I'm not letting you get by with this bullshit. Listen, Norman's my man. Ain't no way he gonna be top 3 pound for pound after if he beat Devin Haney. Stop it. Stop the cap.
Watch me fuck you up with this one. Where did they put Ryan Garcia after that shit happened?
Ryan Garcia was never on any list for me. Fuck you mean, bro. He ain't sniffing a pound for pound. You got me fucked up.
I don't think they put Ryan Garcia on the pound.
They ain't pound for pound to me, dog. What the fuck do you mean?
Brother, not your personal one. Not your personal.
Okay.
Where was he on them pound for pound lists?
I don't think
he's not on nobody's pound for pound list except for Fanboy.
No, brother. Once again, I'm not saying no YouTubers or anything like that. I'm saying boxing pound for pound list.
No one.
I don't think they put him on pound for pound.
Ryan was top.
No one. No, he was on top 3 in the division. Of the division, maybe, but no pound for pound. No.
They probably put him.
He was.
He might have been top 3. No, he wasn't. He was pound for pound of the division, but not pound for pound throughout all of boxing. Come on, quit playing with me. There's no. You got to show me something real unless you find me a doctor picture. You cannot show me nothing that says that, bro.
Brother, can you do me one favor, brother? I'll ask you for one favor, brother. Just one favor. You can do it for me. Stay dangerous. I like that ass whooping you gave me yesterday. I couldn't defend no duck like Tank Davis. Anyway, can you do me one favor? Do you have a smartphone?
I'm on a smartphone.
Okay,
with my work phone right next to me too.
If you look up what was Ryan Garcia ranked in boxing after he beat Devin Haney, it should come up.
He was not on pound for pound list, bro. I'm too active out here in these streets, bro. I'm too active in these streets. I don't know about that, dog. I don't know. That's questionable. I mean, you put in your work, but I mean, when it comes to that, when it comes to that, I don't know, bro. He ain't no real. He was not on no real pound for pound. He was only on Fanboy pound for pounds.
Brother, you have a smartphone for a reason. It's smart, brother. All you
go to the Ring magazine. They ain't never had no Ryan. I ain't got to look that up. Ring magazine ain't never had Ryan Garcia in the pound for pound, bro. I ain't got to look that up. I know that. I can say that with a fact, 100%, without looking at nothing.
My good brother, you don't even have to waste your breath, brother. All you got to do is put your shit on mute and say, "Hey, Siri, hey, ChatGPT, where was Ryan Garcia ranked after the Devin Haney fight? Not when they caught him for the steroids, but right after the Devin Haney fight." And you will see for yourself.
Has Ryan Garcia ever been ranked in the pound for pound?
Brother, we don't even have to discuss this, brother. All you have to do is do me that. It takes you literally 20 seconds at the most of your life. 20 seconds.
I just asked a question and they answered it. Never been ranked pound for pound. Ryan Garcia has never been ranked pound for pound, my G. Okay. I'm telling you.
Now, hold on, let me put it on mute. Let me put my.
I know Ness tried to argue that shit he could possibly argue. I said, get the fuck out of here to him too.
Who you say, family?
I said Ness tried to argue that shit, and I told him on his show, I said, get the fuck out of here trying to argue that point with me, man. I'm not trying to hear Ryan Garcia no pound for pound. After that, no, I'm talking about after the fight when before we knew Ryan officially cheated, Ryan, quote unquote, Ryan won. Somebody Ness through Gibbs made a point talking about you can argue with him possibly being talked about for pound in the top 10. I said, get the fuck out of there then. No. Please, one victory, that's not enough work. You got me twisted.
I thought you said me. I was a Ryan Garcia fan at the time, and I still didn't think that.
I ain't never been a fan of Ryan Garcia.
I knew you was a Ryan Garcia fan. I already knew from the jump when I asked you was it.
I ain't never been a fan of Ryan Garcia.
Nah, he a Jin fan. That's what it is.
No, chill, bro. But it was disappointing when he did miss weight against Devin, though, because that was really his only chance to win a belt. That was disappointing.
Because that means he ain't serious about no belts. He don't want to be held to no real discipline.
Definitely not serious. I mean, he doesn't show who he is now, so I can't.
What made you a Ryan Garcia fan? Was it his Hennessy commercials? What made you a Ryan Garcia fan?
Nah, bro, he had the best left hook in the game at the time, but he
If
just
he
didn't.
capping those
That
somewhere.
might top of your list.
But he didn't develop nothing else. Like, you gotta understand, I was a Ryan Garcia fan back from like 2017, 2018. So I seen him. I'm like, yeah, he should have.
When he had potential, if he stayed
Yeah,
diligent and was into his craft, he could
yeah,
have been like for real, could have developed his tools and all that, but he stayed stuck in that because he didn't develop himself. Yeah,
exactly.
I
But we
understand what you're
keep
talking about.
watching him, and then every
How
other
did you
year,
feel when Tank Davis said, "Ryan, you're juicing"?
I thought he was scared.
Okay. How did you feel when Rolly Romero put hands and feet on him?
I mean, that just solidified that he probably was doing some drugs.
That he
Or
probably
he was doing something. He was doing something.
He probably was, or that he was. Probably is a guesstimation.
How's there a
It's a
problem
fact.
when he already tested positive? There's no probably to it. There's already evidence. We mean probably. How we
But
making
no,
speculation with facts
but
that's
what
already
I'm
been shown?
but what I'm saying is, I'm saying probably because now after that situation,
Please don't say probably, bro. Put a guarantee on it. He
no,
missed.
I'm
I mean,
saying,
New York
listen,
tested him.
listen what
He
I'm saying.
tested positive.
Listen
Go
what
ahead.
I'm saying. Because
Take your
even
time.
if you think about the Oscar Duarte fight, he was smacking the shit out of Oscar Duarte. He could have been on drugs that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oscar
Oscar might have
was.
been on drugs too, bro. If he listen, bro, that's why I don't be worried about that stuff no more, man. I don't really talk about it because I be thinking like you never know, bro. So I'm like, I just treat it like everybody doing it, and so I don't worry about it.
Yeah, but
Be
what
true
I'm
to
saying
soul.
is now that he
So
done
does
got
that
caught.
mean Ryan? Does that mean Rolly got the best left hook in the game?
I mean,
What
no.
do this nigga be saying, bro?
I mean, he dropped the best left hook in the game with a
That
left
don't
hook.
mean you got the
So,
best level. They just, I think Ryan was scared of Rolly Power because if you think about it on paper, Rolly is probably the hardest puncher Ryan has fought on paper.
oh, really? Or
Yeah,
just Rolly just? Did you know Rolly just outboxed Ryan Garcia? Rolly
yeah,
Romero.
because I think Ryan was. I think after Ryan got dropped, I think a
But that
switch
was.
went off in his head, and he
It
said,
took
you
But
know
his
that's
what?
heart.
pride.
It took his soul. It took his soul. His
Yeah,
soul got
when he
taken.
got dropped, something
He
changed.
got
He was
tended.
like, I'd rather just get outboxed and get knocked. Because then after you get dropped, now the thought in your head, this nigga can probably knock me out. And he tucked his tail.
Oh, so when Devin got dropped, what did he do? Did he think like that?
Nah, Devin showed
I don't
heart.
know. Devin went out there like a G. He kept on getting up, trying to.
Devin definitely went out like a G.
He went out like a G, bro.
Oh, oh damn. Oh
I
damn.
don't know
But
why you asking these questions like
Not
we ain't
giving
even put
heart.
no. You talking to
I'm not.
people to put respect on his name. He got hard, but that heart ain't gonna help you though with the right
Yeah,
person. He got
I
the
just
right
think
one right
I
now
just
with
think that
my man,
Rolly
great
got.
soul.
you know, I got real respect for you. What's your last name again, family? At the top, at the tip top.
Brim.
Brim,
Unbiased brim. Unbiased brim.
unbiased Brim. I got a lot of respect for you now, man. Your man, I can't fuck with your mans, but you
Yes, you
an
can.
honest
Yes,
And
you
dude,
look,
can.
bro.
Yes,
You
you
an
can.
honest dude, bro. I respect that because you a Norman fan, bro, and I believe you. Your man's though,
Oh
your
no,
man's
you
is
told me.
okay,
No, I still gotta show you proof though. I gotta show you proof.
but
you
but
ain't got
let
to
me
show me shit.
No, I'm gonna show you proof now. No, I gotta show you now. I gotta show you.
Okay,
So
show me.
check it out.
Show me.
I'm gonna show you.
What you gonna show
let me
me?
speak my piece right quick. Let me speak my piece
All
What you
right
right,
gonna
I'm
quick.
gonna
show
be
me?
quiet.
Let me
All
speak my
right.
piece right quick. So I wouldn't even say I'm this big Norman fan, but let me tell you something. Even back when I was a Ryan fan, when I was picking Ryan to beat Devin Haney, do you know why I was picking Ryan to beat Devin Haney?
Because you like the way he looked.
I know. I'm gonna explain.
Okay.
I was picking Ryan to beat Devin Haney because on paper, Devin Haney had never fought somebody his same size with his comparable reach and the most power. That is the same criteria that Brian Norman fits in this same very moment. So I'm picking Brian Norman. It's the same criteria that I picked Ryan Garcia off of. And to be honest with
Interesting
you,
point.
Brian Norman got better skills than Ryan Garcia. So
who's the taller fighter, Brian Norman or Devin Haney? Just asking for a friend.
I think they about the same height.
Oh, okay.
Devin might be a little bit taller. And Ryan was
okay.
taller, but Ryan had shorter arms than Devin Haney. I think Ryan only got 69 to 70-inch arms. Brian Norman got longer arms than Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia.
Okay, cool. Does he have better skills than Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney?
I think he has better skills than Ryan Garcia, definitely.
Definitely.
Okay.
He cultivated skills.
And I wouldn't say he don't have as good skill. I think they just got a different skill set. I think Devin Haney got skills, but I don't think Devin Haney is just this way more skilled fighter than Brian Norman. I think that Devin Haney has a skill set, and I think Brian Norman has a skill set.
Can I intercede for 1 second? Hold on, let me intercede just for 1 second. I'm sorry. And this is where I've been coming at some people that's overly heavily Devin Haney fans because y'all get defensive and y'all start attacking me like I hate Devin Haney. I'm like, y'all niggas is tripping. But listen, the thing is,
I mean, any
Devin
nigga
Haney,
picking Jin Sasaki to
hold up,
beat
but
Devin
Devin
Haney
Haney
got to be
has
something.
some flaws in his defense. Y'all make it seem like he's the defensive technician wizard of all time.
Yeah.
And I think Devin Haney got good defense, but he has some flaws at times and he makes some mistakes that can be taken advantage of. And y'all guys don't be recognizing that and y'all be overstating it, man. I'll be like, y'all better chill, man. Because listen, bro, I
look,
see it. I watch fights now. I watch them for real, for real.
and look.
Devin Haney is good at defense, but he ain't unstoppable, baby.
And
He
look,
can get
Hey,
off.
if you pick Jen over Devin, though, you are.
hey,
Hey, can we hear my man talk before he keep getting cut off? I like your conversation, brother. Can you? I see you getting cut off, but can you at least finish the sentence before your man cut you off? Because that's your man.
I actually
hey,
finished.
I was gonna say, to add to Brim's point, and one of the reasons we didn't know about Devin Haney's deficiencies was because he had every physical advantage over his opponents coming up.
Oh my fucking god!
At the world level, I'll say, because I ain't gonna lie, Devin Haney did fight some longer rangier fighters, but that wasn't really at the top level. But once he got to the world level, fighting the champions, he had the reach and the size. So if he's managing distance, it's easier to manage distance against smaller guys with shorter arms. You know what I'm saying?
Did you think Kambosos was gonna beat Devin Haney?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell
Did
no.
you think Regis was gonna beat him?
Hell no. And I'll tell you this because I didn't get to mention it earlier. And Artman, I know you want to give Devin Haney his credit, and I'm gonna give Devin Haney his credit. You can't take no away. But let's not act like Zaria didn't expose Regis right before Devin Haney took the fight.
The who? I'm sorry. The who? I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Danielito Zaria, the fight that Regis had where they robbed the dude. Regis lost that fight.
On paper, Regis didn't lose the fight, and Regis didn't become a bum till after Devin Haney washed his trash ass.
No, but he didn't look good at all in that fight. That was Zarillo. That was Zarillo when his name was Zarillo.
Zarilla, yeah.
I didn't ever want to see him on TV again though, because the fight sucked. But he did control everything in the fight.
You talking about
and
Zarilla,
credit
right?
for a knockdown. Yeah.
And also, if you think about it,
Regis been started looking bad for a while.
And Zarilla, everything Zarilla do, Devin Haney does better than him. So if Zarilla can outbox Regis, we know Devin Haney can outbox him.
Facts.
Okay. Everything Chinese restaurant, Devin Haney does better than everything Chinese restaurant do.
But it's a different, but it's a different skill set. It's a
We're
different
talking about within the same skill set.
And to be honest with you,
bro, Jin Sasaki is so ass. Like, nigga, if we being honest, Norman should have knocked that nigga out in the first round.
Okay, but Artman, was Jin Sasaki not landing some heavy shots on Norman, and he was eating that shit? He was landing some shit on Norman. Let's not get it twisted like it was
Norman gets punched.
Huh?
Norman gets punched sometimes. It ain't like Norman go out there and just like, a defensive wizard, because also he likes to engage and sometimes he wants to engage. So you're going to have opportunities because he wants to be able to open up himself offensively. So he's willing to take a shot to be to land his.
Those punches that Jin was landing on Norman, if he land one of those on Devin, that shit going to be ugly.
But Devin don't fight like that. That's why you can't necessarily always compare, because the terms of engagement are going to be different.
Okay, but also, if Brian Norman couldn't stop Jin from coming forward, if Brian Norman hitting Jin upside his shit, he's still coming forward swinging. Devin Haney can't do shit to Jin if they fall. Like nothing.
Are you fucking insane, bro? Why do you keep saying this?
I don't know about this Devin Haney and Jin shit. I don't know about this. I don't know about this whole Devin Haney and Jin Sasaki comparison. I'm not.
When it comes to Devin Haney, it's like all logic goes out the window. Devin just has to be the person who knocks somebody out.
No, I'm not saying y'all got to agree with me. I'm just telling y'all what my logic was behind saying that, and I'm not just pulling the shit out of my ass. You ain't got to agree with me. That's just my opinion. It's an opinion at the end of the day. But I'm just saying that's why I think Jin would give Devin Haney a hard fight. Now, if Devin Haney jab was firing on all cylinders and that jab was backing Jin up and stopping him in his tracks,
nigga, there's nothing Jin Sasaki's ever done in his whole entire short ass career that will show me that he could beat Devin Haney, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit. That shit sounds so fucking crazy.
I mean,
like, nigga, what?
I mean, that's just my opinion.
There's no supporting argument that can support this type of shit.
You can't even name.
You can't even name
like
what?
People this nigga fought. You can't even
like
name.
That's so fucking crazy.
Your
And then
Nobody.
you're
argument.
just gonna sit there and try to argue like, y'all just my opinion, nigga. Well, your
Your,
opinion sound crazy as shit.
your argument though, but you
And
know
that's
what?
your opinion, you know.
Your argument though, but your chat got a crazy opinion. They be talking about, oh, he gonna knock Norman out. They saying it
That's some
like
crazy
Super
shit
Bowl
to
calling,
say.
like, really? He gonna knock Norman out? Okay, homie, let's find this out, man.
The
Like, you
nigga
really
can't knock
believe
out
that,
featherweight, but he gonna
dogs?
knock out a
Okay,
welterweight. Come on,
cool
man.
beans. Let's find out.
Hey,
That's
hey, hey,
crazy
hey,
to
my
me.
man. I'm not even
Hey,
tripping. This dude, next gen combat, bro. I don't know which type of dope he's smoking, bro, or what he doing, bro. But why? Like, bro, nobody believes you, my nigga. Like, no, you don't even believe it.
you
You're
Even
don't.
the
talking
biggest
because you
Haney
have limbs.
haters is not believing no Jin Saki beating
Yo,
Haney. Like
What the fuck
what?
is
it's
you
one
talking
cat in
about?
the chat
Hey,
saying, yo, Norman's getting knocked out by Devin Haney. Yo, if that happened, I will come
He
here
says
and
Jin Saki.
I will bow down to death row, son. But I know it's not going to happen. You sound crazy as for luck to think that's going to happen. It's a
Bro,
much greater chance that Norman knocks out Haney than Haney knocks out Norman. And if y'all disagree with that, y'all delusional as fuck. Just remember that, the chat
Brother, I'm
gang.
not
bro,
worried
I
about
want
that,
to know
brother.
where.
But we're
Wait,
talking about
No, I'm
where
talking
the
to the
fuck,
Saki
chat. I'm talking to the
knocking
chat
Devin
right
where,
now.
Haney
I'm
out.
popping off at the chat. I'm sorry, bro.
bro? Where the fuck did all these Brian Norman fans come from, bro? It seemed like
I
every
didn't
time a
say they
nigga,
We've
could
been
start
it
around.
seemed
beating
We've
like
been
Haney
it seemed
ass.
like
around.
every
We've
time a
been
nigga,
around, dog. We've
it
been
seemed like
around,
every
dog.
time, bro.
We've
Can I
been
finish
around.
talking? Can you just chill and let me finish talking? And it seemed like every time a nigga is about to fight Devin, this nigga mysteriously gain a whole bunch of fucking fans that just come out of the damn woodworks, nigga. And I guarantee you, if I ask you 5 people Brian Norman fought, you can't tell me 5 people Brian Norman fought.
well,
This
he
is
got
a
to fight
fact.
Devin
Hey,
Haney now.
dangerous. This is a fact. These dudes, I believe my man right there with the warthog, but this other dude, next gen, this dude just the ultimate dick rider, bro. I do not believe he's a
Cut
Brian.
it out, man.
I believe he's a
Why we
dick
Cut it
gotta
out.
rider,
fight
I'm
bro.
the
not gonna
same
let y'all try
scholar?
to
I
bad
think
mouth
we
for
should have a
anybody that think
constructive
Norman good. Talk
conversation.
about y'all just now becoming fans.
He
Well,
didn't
listen,
think
man.
Norman was good 2 weeks
Getting on the
ago,
right wave. They getting on the right wave. Then just know that they getting on the right
brother.
wave.
I,
So
I
And
you
we
think
and we
supporting
and
this
we
man
welcome
saying
the
Jin
ride. We
Saki beats
welcome them
Devin
all
Haney?
aboard.
I
Hell out of
just
here.
gave
Brother,
you my thesis
brother,
on why Brian
you
Norman beat
you
Devin
respect
Haney.
this man saying Jin Saki beats Devin Haney. You respect
Why
No,
is
this
no,
that
I
so
don't agree with that. I
triggering,
said I can't
y'all?
get down with that. I said I can't get down with that. I said that. I
But
can't
why
get
man.
does
down
that
with
Let
that,
this
trigger
dog.
you
nigga in
so
your
I
much?
house.
can't rock
You
with
let
that.
him in the Brian Norman house, knowing that he think like that. You
Listen,
let
you
Why
gotta
is that so
listen.
triggering you?
Y'all got a whole bunch of delusional fans, so you embrace them, and sometimes you embrace their mindset too. So don't cut it out, bro. You
Okay,
gotta
okay,
deal with
okay.
the
Look,
bad, dog.
do you think that some people would say that Pitbull Cruz would knock Devin Haney out?
Come on,
No,
man.
the
Don't
fuck,
talk to me about the one-dimensional
bro,
brawler Pitbull Cruz, bro.
I'm
man.
Don't
just,
come to me with
but
this
I'm saying,
conversation
do
with
you
the
think?
one-dimensional Pitbull, one-dimensional brawler, the
it's
lowest
never
form
been
of
a
a pressure fighter.
conversation.
Is this what we talking about? Pitbull Cruz has been propped up off of being a loser. The thing. Come on, stop, please, please stop.
But I'm saying, do you think that
This the
some people
same
would
dude you got
say,
Bro,
in the Brian
no,
Norman
no.
fan
Some
base.
people would not say that, bro. Devin would probably stop Pitbull, bro. What the
"Oh
fuck is
my,"
you
see,
talking
and
about,
see, that's why people don't take Devin Haney fans seriously. Like shit like
bro?
that.
Bro, niggas can't take you seriously, nigga. Pitbull get
Yeah,
punched.
Devin Haney fans
Nigga,
do be saying
You
y'all
take
be
don't
saying some
listen. Hold
delusional
on,
shit,
bro.
y'all. Y'all
The
be
thing
saying
about
some
this, the thing
delusional
about this
shit,
is
bro.
this, bro. The thing about this shit is
Jen
this, bro.
Psaki, the
You
nigga
keep
with the
what
short
you
ass
do.
career, you saying
This
beating
shit
Devin Haney
crazy.
is not delusional, but saying that Devin Haney can beat him is delusional. Is that what you're
No,
telling me?
no, he said Devin Haney
What?
would probably stop Pitbull Cruz. He just said that
Bro,
out
he
his
can
lips.
possibly stop Pitbull Cruz. If you know
Oh
anything
my
about
god.
boxing, bro, Devin keeps a fucking
So
jab
Ryo
in his
couldn't
man.
stop Pitbull. Rolly
Bro,
couldn't stop
Rhino is
Pitbull.
not
Man,
Devin
listen,
Haney.
Devontae Davis couldn't
Pitbull will
stop
have a
Pitbull.
12-round
do
Pitbull.
you
clinic
fucking
against the
Devin
hear?
Haney.
Do you
one-dimensional
fucking
brawler.
hear
Leave it
yourself, bro?
alone and leave it at that. Stop adding extra stuff about he
Just
gonna
be
knock him out.
honest.
He'll have a
Just be honest.
12 round masterclass beating him easily.
I'm
But don't
not
come
saying
in
he
with that
wouldn't.
extra. Y'all putting
I'm not
extras
saying
on
he
shit.
wouldn't.
Stop putting extras on Devin that Devin don't really have.
Nobody's
But
putting extras
stopping
on
Pitbull
shit.
Cruz is crazy.
Like I was just saying,
That's
bro. Like
extra.
if I could finish my fucking statement without being cut off. Like I was just saying, Pitbull keep his head on the fucking. He keep his head on the line. He don't move his head off the fucking line. What's Devin go-to punch? A one motherfucking two. What Pitbull can't move away from? A one motherfucking two. What's Devin's bread and butter? A one motherfucking two. The reason Pitbull ain't want to fight him because he gonna get hit with a jab, a fucking 1-2. Devin ain't gonna be there for the return fire, and he gonna get his ass fucked up so bad he might not come out of the goddamn corner. I don't see what's illogical about that shit. Y'all niggas take y'all emotion about this goddamn fighter and then act like the way he fucking fights just don't exist no more, bro. Fuck all
Cook
that. That's
then,
how the
nigga.
nigga fight.
Cook.
I'm gonna be
Cook,
honest.
nigga.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think saying Devin Haney stopping Pitbull Cruz is more outrageous than me saying Jim would stop Devin.
My
Personally,
nigga, you are
I'm gonna
mentally
be honest.
insane, bro.
I agree with what Insane said earlier, bro. You are the goddamn the biggest, the largest of the dick riders.
well, I don't even know your bitch ass, so I don't really care what you think.
Well, I mean, you can call me whatever
I don't-
names you want to. That don't change the fact that your ass on this bitch got your ass raw
And
from
you
riding
and
dick.
you
nigga.
still
That's
and
what
you
I
still a
mean.
bitch. So what?
You know what's so
You
amazing
can
about
say
this though?
what you want
I'm
to
gonna
say
keep
on the
it a
internet.
bean though.
And guess what? Me
Some
You
of
can say
y'all,
what the hell you want to say on the internet. It ain't gonna change the fact that what your ass doing will send your
And
ass
that's
to jail. You up this
and that's
bitch
your
dick riding
opinion.
without a license.
And that's your opinion. And I think you a bitch.
That nigga gonna get pregnant.
And that's your opinion. And I think you a bitch. And
Oh,
that's my opinion.
oh
So
yeah,
guess
and
what?
this bitch will put you on Campbell's chicken noodle blended soup
I
for
bet
6
you
months.
will. I bet
Guess
you will.
what though? I know this much. After the fight, I'm gonna come in and say it's okay, man. I told you Norman's gonna put them hands on that boy. Listen, Devin put up a good fight though. He was a soldier, bro. Like I knew he was gonna be. You know what I mean? That's how it's gonna be, and it's all good, bro. You know what I'm
Hey, bro,
saying?
I respect that, bro, because the man took the fight. I honestly thought his duck
Yeah,
ass was
you can't
okay.
go no dirt on anybody that throw dirt
I
on
think his
Devin's
duck
name
broke.
when it comes to accepting fights and fighting and being a pugilist. You fugazi, but he gonna get his ass whooped, dog. I'm just trying to
That's
tell you.
fine. Hey, we here to see it, bro, because we ain't doing no ducking. We here to see
Yeah,
it for sure.
you showing y'all here. Y'all are here and present and ready for danger. Respect due.
Fine, that's fine. But your man, it still don't change the facts about your man next gen, bro. He gonna get pregnant, bro. He gonna get pregnant, my nigga. Y'all
And he
just
gonna
let
get
anybody.
pregnant. He gonna get
Hey, bro,
pregnant.
y'all let anybody in the. Y'all
Yo,
let anybody in the door, my nigga.
you cannot call nobody no D Rider the way y'all ride for Devin though, bro.
That's
Y'all
what I'm
ride for
saying.
Devin. Sometimes y'all
That's
be
what I'm
making
saying.
up shit. The
I'm
chat right
from
now talking
Cali.
about
Nigga, what you expect?
confidently that he's gonna knock out Norman like it's just
Brother,
easy money. Like y'all crazy as hell.
And I
brother,
respect
I'm from
Devin.
Cali, bro. I'm gonna ride with Cali, bro. I'm from California. You
Devin's
don't
a
think I'm
great
gonna ride with
fighter.
my people? You niggas is crazy. I'm
Bro,
from Cali,
Norman
bro.
got dropped by Centillion and was dizzy as fuck.
No, he didn't.
Yes, man.
No, he did not get
No, he
dropped by
didn't.
Centennial.
Go
I didn't
watch the
say
fight
I didn't
again
say
with your stupid ass.
Santilli, bro.
No, you didn't say it, but somebody just said it, and I'm
Bro,
just letting them know you're wrong, my brother. He got dropped by Boy Chica. He did get dropped by Boy Chica, and then Boy Chica was headbutting a whole bunch, and the fight ended up getting stopped because of that. But the tide was already turning on the fight. He got knocked down, no doubt about it. But when he got
that's
up,
love all
he
day.
started putting them paws on the boy. So it is what it is. Like I said, you want to hold them old clips. It's cool, but when you get hit with the new ones, don't say I didn't tell you, my brother.
But my thing is this also too, bro. You can't find 10 rounds that this nigga Devin's lost. Like
What you
I'm saying,
mean?
you can't pull up 10 rounds this nigga has lost. Like what the fuck is going on here,
I mean,
bro?
shit,
Hold
he
up, you say
lost
I
about
can't
When
put
do
5
up 10
rounds.
boxing?
Pull
rounds
them
he
When
up.
lost.
boxing?
Oh, come on, man.
When
Stop it,
since
He
stop it.
when
lost
do
5
since
rounds.
when
Let him
do
say.
Pull him
since
up.
when do the fucking puncher since when do the puncher beats the boxer? Like when has this ever been a thing?
When
Like,
when the puncher can box.
Right.
bro,
So yo,
who
flanking
has he
box.
played boxing IQ against, bro?
I'm
Who has he
gonna tell you
boxed
something
against?
right now. He do what he needs to do for
Who
the
did he box
job.
against?
He does what he needs to do for the job. So that means you gonna
Bro,
think
no,
you can't.
you
No,
can't. He
let
does
me
what he
finish
needs
real
to
quick.
do
Let me
for the
get this
job.
last
You
little
just
bit
said
off.
he was
Let me get this
boxing. You just
last
said he
little
was
bit off for
boxing.
you. I'm gonna
Who
tell you something about Norman. You're gonna learn about him.
who
See
did
the
he
thing.
box? I've seen every last one of Brian Norman fights. I know his
I'm
dad. It
glad that
ain't much
you
you can
have.
tell me
I'm
about him.
glad that you have. I'm glad that you have. Now I'm going to finish this. Get this a little bit off. He does what need to be done for the job at hand. Devin Haney presents a different challenge. Devin Haney has a different set of skills than some of the people he's fought. That means there's going to be some things he's going to have to do different. You're going to see the bag. You're going to think he don't got it. He just hadn't had to use it. Now he's going to pull it out. And then you're gonna be like, damn, like he had the bow and arrow, like old school fighters. They had the bow
So
and arrow.
so
They shoot out, but
so
he
what
got this
I'm
one with the
hearing,
gold tip that exploded. You didn't know he had it
bro,
because he didn't have to use it.
what I'm hearing
Get
is
ready,
you're
dog.
expecting Brian Norman to do some shit you never seen him do, while whole time we as Devin Haney fans are expecting Devin just to be himself.
See, the thing is, though, you saying you expect him to do something he ain't done, but
No,
the thing
you're
is,
expecting him to
no,
do
no,
some
no,
shit
no,
you
no,
ain't
that
never
We
you
seen him
have
do.
expecting Brian
that
Norman to
you
put belt
that
to
you
ass, and
haven't
we done
seen
seen
before.
him
No,
do
no,
that.
listen, that you haven't seen before. How about that? That you haven't seen before.
Bro, that don't make
Hmm.
sense. I've seen Devin keep a
I've
jab
seen
in the
clips of
motherfucking
Norman
face
that
for
you ain't
12
never
rounds.
seen before. I've seen clips of Norman you ain't never seen before. That's what I'm just trying to say. You had to say I've seen.
You seen fights that I ain't seen before?
No, I mean, I ain't saying just fights. I'm just saying, I've seen some sessions of things being worked on and doing what they do
You
that
in
you
this
have
camp?
not seen. He put the work in, bro. I'm just trying to tell you that's how confident I am.
And
Bring him
He
as
put the
very
Devin
work
close
don't.
to the
in.
camp.
He
He's very
puts
close
Devin
to
the
the
don't.
camp.
work in. He's gonna get the results. And I know Devin put the work in to get the
So what are you
results.
talking
But I
about?
think Norman's the bigger, stronger, and Devin ain't fast enough to be out fast him. I think the reflex is the most
Norman is
important part of
not
the
bigger
puzzle.
than Devin. What are you talking about?
He's physically he has more like
No, he does not, bro.
his frame
Brian
is more
Norman is a
developed.
small
He's in
man.
the
What are you
natural
talking about?
147, bro.
His physical frame
Devin
is
is
more developed than Devin is.
He's the natural 147. Devin is growing into the
No, he is
147.
not. He's a natural 140 pounder. He moves up to 147. What the fuck is you talking about? You don't even know Brian Norman.
Okay. Yeah, he fought his whole career 140. Yep.
I
You
mean, the
got it.
nigga looked like a fucking middleweight against Jen
Yep,
Sasaki.
you
Bro,
got it.
no, you
You
can't look.
got it. He fought
This
his
is
whole.
this is
He
this is
fought
by
the
him and his
Motion Field
father's own
140. You
admission.
right?
This
He
is by
fought the
him and his
Motion Field
father's own
140.
admission. He wanted to fight. He fights at 147 because he wants to. If he can make 140 easily, that nigga can go easily campaign at 147.
I don't
And he
know,
I
can
mean
make
man.
140. This
154
nigga,
too.
this
So
nigga
I
has
mean,
to eat.
that's
He
a
has
lot
to.
of boxes.
What are
What
you
we
talking?
saying?
I don't know, man.
You said he's bigger than Devin. He's not bigger than Devin.
Okay.
Shoot, I think he's stronger than Devin.
There you go. Okay. Well, no. He thinks. I think he thinks Norman. I mean, Devin's stronger than Norman too.
And
You
if you
know.
see
I
Norman in
think
that
that.
ring, that nigga is
I
swole,
do
bro.
too, but I
You
don't know
think
what you
Devin's
niggas is
stronger
talking
than
about.
Norman?
I believe that.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
I
You know
feel
what? You
I
living
feel
up to your
equal.
name right now. You living up to your name. Insane talk. You living up to that shit. That's the same shit to say to me, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
That's fine and dandy, but Brian Norman ain't what you think he is, though.
All right, y'all.
We not look. This one thing for sure. I'm giving Brian Norman all his props for knocking out Chinese restaurant. He got 100% credit, but stepping up in competition, just like Evander Holyfield stepped up to fight Mike Tyson, that vicious puncher Mike Tyson, and you seen Evander just working. You
Evander
gonna see
was
the
a
same shit.
puncher. He was a
Guess
You gonna see
what,
the
puncher.
man?
same shit.
Y'all sound like Errol
Evander was
Spence
not a
when
puncher.
y'all talking to Bud. That's what. That's
Evander
why.
was
That's
a
what
Hey,
I'm
look,
hearing right now. I
puncher.
hear Errol Spence versus Bud
that
talk, and
conversation gonna go
I
somewhere
told
else,
them when
bro.
that was happening, what was
Please,
going to
let's
happen.
not do that. Can we please not do that, the Errol Spence thing? Because that shit gonna go somewhere else, bro. Please.
Evander Holyfield wasn't a puncher.
I'm just saying that's the energy I'm getting though. You know what I mean? I came up with the whole Bud Buddy phrase, and I'm the person
Hey,
that ended up rising for Bud.
so Brian Norman is Bud Crawford. That's what you trying to like.
No,
Are you
I'm
saying?
not saying that, but it's giving me some of those
I
vibes though a
mean,
little bit.
Yeah,
they say Brian Norman was giving Terrence Crawford work.
they actually said Brian knocked Terrence out.
No,
I ain't hear all that now.
That's what
no,
they
that
said.
ain't.
Man, this
People be
nigga
No,
chatty.
exaggerating.
that is
People be
actually
living
a
I
off
ain't
fact.
hear
sport.
all
I hate
Brian
that.
when people
actually
live off
factually
sparring
knocked that nigga
stories.
out.
This nigga chatty.
But
Brian
hey,
He
factually knocked that
wildin'.
nigga out, but ain't never said no, he didn't.
I mean, that should be even scarier if you're a Devin Haney fan. If we being honest,
you're not a Brian Norman fan, bro. Like, what the
I
fuck are you saying,
I
bro?
don't have to be a Brian Norman fan to analyze a fight.
No,
Well,
you're
just
not
admit
analyzing the
it.
fight. You just
That's
fucking
a fact.
hating on Devin. You're not analyzing the
You
That's
really
fight.
sound
fact.
like
No
you really sound
breakdown.
like you Devin
You
Haney's
ain't say you
babysitter
ain't
right
tell us
now.
how. You ain't tell us what Brian was gonna do or nothing.
That's
You
because you
just been
just
up
now
here
got the
hating
fucking
on Devin.
conversation. We already been over this. You just got in here.
No, actually, I've been here the whole time
Well,
and
your
been
ass
hearing
ain't
that
been listening.
bullshit you've been talking
Well, your
about.
ass ain't been
You ain't
listening.
said shit.
Well, you need some comprehension skills. You need to go read a book.
Hey,
No,
stay
nigga, I
dangerous.
think, I
This
think
man
your ass
hating
need
on
to
you,
put the
bro.
rubber on that thing
Go
next
read a
time,
book,
nigga.
nigga. I ain't said shit, nigga. You can't talk with me, nigga. It sounds like I ain't said shit to a nigga that can't comprehend.
No, I can comprehend. You just
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah. That's what it sounds like.
I don't speak cum guzzler, bitch ass nigga. How about
Nigga,
that?
you a faggot. You the only nigga over here talking about some
Bitch
gay
ass,
shit.
weird ass
Cause you
nigga.
can't, and that's what niggas do.
Fuck
And
wrong with
like
this
I
nigga
said,
insane?
when
Fuck
niggas
wrong
Oh
with
can't
this
no,
keep
nigga
up
insane?
cuz.
verbally, when
Oh
niggas
Fuck
can't
no,
keep
wrong
cuz,
up
with this
bro.
nigga?
verbally,
I
they
don't know
get
him.
gay. Niggas mind go gay when you can't keep up
No.
verbally. When you can't
Nigga, we all
articulate,
across the country
when
with
you
this
can't
shit.
present
Nigga,
an
I'm in
argument,
Florida,
your
insane in
mind goes
Cali,
gay.
nigga.
Your
Real
mind
niggas
goes gay. Shut your
recognize
gay ass
real
up.
niggas, and that shit you
Shut
spewing
your
ain't
gay
real,
ass up.
nigga.
Real niggas don't say
Fuck
cum
is wrong with
guzzler.
this nigga,
Real
man?
niggas don't say cum guzzler. You faggot.
Hey,
Real
so
niggas
my
don't
man,
say it.
Bro, like I
Shut your
just
gay
said,
ass up.
I don't
Shut your
speak
gay
that
ass
shit
up.
you spewing, you rainbow
Shut your
silly
gay
nigga.
ass up.
Fuck you talking about?
Hey,
only nigga on the panel talking about comes.
Hey, let's do it like this though. So,
But
hey, I got Devin Haney stopping Brian Norman in 7 rounds.
You boy,
I give you 2-1 odds. How much you want?
And I got 500 on Devin. I got 500 on Devin.
No, I'm taking you to Vegas.
Money where your mouth at?
I'm already out here,
fam. 2-1 odds, bro. I'll give you 2-1 odds right now, bro. So that means for every $50, I'll put up 100. You want to do it or no?
I'm already in Vegas.
Let's do it.
I bet with the casino. That's how I get my.
I respect you. I respect you. But if you think, Brian,
man, let's do it, man. Do you want to bet or not?
You got a bet right there, fam. You hear the man saying he got 500. I'm not
gonna do all that. I'm not gonna do all that in one bet. I'm gonna spread my shit around, bro.
Okay,
I'm not doing 500 with you, dog. I'm not doing 500 with you, dog. I'm not doing that much with you, dog. I mean,
man, I cash up to that shit you right now. You hold it until after the fight.
Man, get your ass out of there, because I'm not gonna just keep your money like that. I don't even feel comfortable keeping your money like that, knowing I'm gonna end up keeping your money like that. So listen, let's just do a little hundo, and we can do a little escrow. We can do a little escrow and send it to Art Man and let him hold it, bro. You know what I mean?
This nigga wilding, man.
That man said 500, family.
Art
said
5,
bro.
I'm cool on your 500, bro.
Art gonna run off.
Do a hundo. I got different areas to hit. I'm not doing all that with just one person.
Let me ask this question real fast, man. Hey, everybody go check out Art Man Apparel. Man, he the best online right now and the best in the world, man.
Nah, real shit on artmanapparel.com. Best boxing merch in the game. Yeah, I'm listening to y'all. This shit just crazy as hell, dog. I just think that I ain't think we're gonna be having this conversation. I ain't know Norman had all these fans out of nowhere.
Well, I want to know where they come from.
I didn't know that. Play with me, bro. Quit trying to play with me, man. We be talking about Norman having his pops on, and we've been doing this for years. Quit playing with me, talking about I ain't know Norman had fans. It's so disrespectful right now, Art, man. Cut it out.
I didn't know the nigga had this many fans neither. Shit.
Well, now you know, nigga. Now y'all finna know about some other shit too, since y'all trying to play us. Just like the student said. Hold up, I want to say something real quick. Give me 1 second.
Hey, not only do Norman got fans,
we gonna step over y'all. We gonna step up. We gonna knock your ass out and step right over that nigga.
Hey,
that's what we say. That's why he said what he said, because y'all be acting like y'all above niggas. I didn't know y'all had any fans. All right, you want to play us? Okay, cool. We here, nigga. We been here for years. Don't call it a comeback either, nigga.
Ain't no way no motherfucking nigga from Atlanta gonna step over at Cali niggas. You crazy nigga? Is you fucking crazy?
I ain't hear that. I ain't hear that regional shit. Nigga, you a Vegas nigga, bro. So you ever talk about he a Cali nigga? He a Vegas nigga. Fuck out of here, bro. Let me come here. Don't come here with that argument, bro. Stop that bullshit.
Nevada.
Nah, I gotta see that one. Now y'all talking that regional talk.
Stop that bullshit.
Nothing, nigga.
You want to go bang on regions and shit. Talk about Atlanta nigga ain't stepping on no Cali nigga.
What I don't understand is how you a Brian
Atlanta nigga. What you talking about?
Brian Norman fight.
You talking about Norman?
Hey,
y'all know about the dirty South.
For real, man. I'm from Arkansas. I live on the East Coast. I was born in the South, I was born in the South.
We not hip, nigga, but understand what these California niggas is made of, homie. Stop playing
man, listen, man. We finna give you that thick grits and bacon combo, bro. You don't know what you
insane. I ain't know Brian Norman. I ain't know Brian Norman fans couldn't tell me 5 Brian Norman fights. 3 Brian Norman
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what? And the thing is, I'm not gonna even respond to you because I think it's disrespectful. You coming to me with saying that shit to me. I think it's so disrespectful.
I said Brian Norman fans.
I am a Brian Norman fan.
So name 5 fights.
Die line, and die line.
Exactly, nigga.
Oh, not
I know more than 5 fights, but I feel like it's an insult. I know more than 5 fights, but I feel like it's an insult, so I'm not gonna answer the question.
This nigga a duck, and they did not come out of the woodworks to protect this nigga like they doing right now against Devin, bro.
Okay, hold on. Can I have the floor for 1 second?
I fuck with Brian Norman heavy, bro. They wasn't coming. They wasn't protecting, bro. How they Boots.
He was protecting, bro. But you talking to the man that protect. Okay, so now I'm gonna shut all this down. Check this out. I knew when Boots and them offered Norman, right? Nobody in the public knew about this fight, right?
You're
until
capping.
August 20. No, hold on, let me
You're
get these
capping.
balls off because I'm
No,
the
you
one that
can't
did
get
the
that
research.
across.
I'm the one that told Rachel doing there. I'm the one that had the
Bro, I
information
don't care
after
about
Daryl
Rachel
Houston.
doing there. Nigga,
I'm the one that did
when
the
the call was
research, bro.
made,
I know what happened with the whole
BFTB was
situation.
on the
Eddie
call.
Hearn tried to play the game, bro.
Hey,
You know
bro,
what
you know,
happened?
hey,
BFTB was
behind
on
the
the
scenes
call.
shit, bro. Just save it, bro. Save your sources, homie. You ain't gotta do all that, bro.
It ain't
Online,
no
bro.
sources. I'm the source, nigga. I'm the one
You
that
was
did the
on the
research.
phone though.
I'm the
Bro,
source, nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I
my
did the
source was on the
research.
phone though.
If they're
I'm
telling
the
you
one to
something,
research
bro,
the
don't
IBF
expose
dialogues.
it.
I'm the one to know Karen put in the shit early. I'm the one to know that
My
Eddie
source
Hearn
was on the
lost
phone
13
though. Do
days
you
to
know
negotiate on the
Brian
fight.
Norman
I know
Sr.?
about all that shit. I'm the one that found it out.
Do you know Brian Norman Sr.?
Yes.
So you talked to Brian Norman Sr.?
Yes.
He told you they was finna fight?
No.
Okay, so look, so where that stops at?
Listen. I
Listen.
knew that there
Where
was
that
before
stops at?
you.
Where
I
that
knew
stops at
before
is
you knew
this.
there was a potential the fight was going to happen. I can tell you that.
My source was on the phone doing negotiations, brother.
Negotiations of what?
The fight.
Okay, that's cool.
So you saying nobody knew about this, bro? People, we knew, bro.
You knew about it. You knew about it before August the 20th.
Yes.
When
Bro,
did you
just
know
saying,
about it? Tell me.
has it not
Because
been saying this
nobody
forever?
was talking about Norman and Boots that heavy until Boots came out on that YSM interview.
Bro,
So
that's not
pray with
true.
me.
That's not true.
They talked about it a little bit, but they wasn't going hard in the paint. Because the thing is, another thing you don't know is you don't know that Bozy the one that told Norman before there was ever any conversation that they was going to look to fight them last. But we're going to leave that in the back pocket. Continue though. Go ahead, holler at me some more.
What does that got to
Hey,
do
how
with the
come nobody in
negotiation?
Atlanta know Brian Norman though? Them
Oh,
Atlanta
that's a
niggas don't
lie.
know that,
How they gonna say that's a lie though? That's a lie. He been at the they have him at the Haas game. They had him to
bro.
break. Come on, stop. That's the
I
lie.
know
Stop.
niggas in Atlanta and Columbus, Georgia. They say they don't know who that is. I'm being 100. I can call niggas from Columbus, Georgia, and Atlanta, Georgia, right? They don't know who that is.
Columbus, Georgia. Columbus is
Atlanta. In Atlanta.
Columbus is about 3 hours south. 2
You're
hours.
lying. Columbus is 1 hour away from Atlanta. Just 1 hour away from Atlanta. You're lying, bro. Stop lying.
Columbus
They're
is
an
not an
hour
hour
away.
from. I don't know. Columbus is not an hour away. It's probably more
Bro,
closer to 2.5.
Atlanta and Columbus is an hour away. Trust me, I know. I'm telling you, I know for a fact. For a fact, I know. It's literally 1 hour away. Don't do this, bruh. Please. They don't know that man, my nigga. Stop it. Fuck out of here. You niggas ain't no motherfucking Brian Norman fans. You niggas just talking because you got lips. Fuck out of here.
Man, this nigga crazy, man. Look, literacy Pharaoh. I've been trying to stick on the X and O's, but they want to talk about cum guzzling and all the other.
Well, ain't nobody talking about no cum guzzling, nigga. What is you talking about? You the same one that said Jin Saki beats Devin Haney, my nigga.
And
You are
still
a
on
fucking.
it.
You are a fucking 100% dick rider, my nigga.
And
1000%, nigga.
you are a
gonna get
bitch ass
pregnant.
boy that's been
That
yelling
is
on
cool. I'm
you
fine with
a
that.
bitch ass boy
But
that's been
you are a
yelling for the
dick
last
rider.
45 minutes.
That
You know what's
is
so funny
cool.
though?
You can't make a point without yelling.
Any Haney fan that think
Can't get a
Haney gonna
point
stop
across without
Norman,
yelling
how are
at the
you
top of your
psyching
lungs.
yourself out?
Like
How
a
is a
fucking
Haney
fourth
fan
grader.
psyching himself out to think he's gonna knock out Norman? I don't want to know how
That's all they
your
doing.
psychology works for you to be to create that in your mind and think that's gonna happen and you feel that confident about it. I need to know, bro. Like for real,
Let me
inquiring
Well,
ask you a
minds.
I'll tell you. When I'm
Let
talking
me
to a weird
let me
ass
ask you
nigga
a
who
question.
you ain't even seen 5 Brian Norman fights, and you telling me he finna beat Devin. So that right
Bro,
there,
I've been
I
watching
can't
Brian
let you
Norman
get
since
this
he was
straight.
13-0, bro. That's why I'm not gonna waste my
What
time
nigga
trying to
name
explain
5
it to you.
fights, nigga, since you knew him
I'm
since he
not
was
going.
13
I
and
don't
0?
have to. I don't
Cause you
have
can't.
to.
Niggas
You
be trying
can't.
No,
to
I
niggas
can. I
want to
just
talk
don't
about every
have
Brian Norman
to.
fight.
Without pulling up box
They
rec.
want to
Do
talk
it
about
right now.
everything
I
but
can. I don't have to. That's
Do
the
it.
thing. I'm documented. I'm certified. I don't have to prove anything
Certified
to
in
you,
what?
though.
Certified in what? Nigga, you sitting on the channel with some niggas talking about boxing. What are you certified in?
Exactly. But I'm saying I'm certified. Like I've been doing this, bro. I know who I know and I rock with who I rock
Bro,
with,
you
and I've
think
been
you the only
around.
people who
It
know
is what it
motherfuckers?
is.
Like I
I've
just
been
said, I
rocking
forgot.
with Norman for years, bro.
Bro,
Before y'all was even talking about him, I was
niggas can
talking about
call
him and
Brian Norman
talking to
Sr.,
him.
bro. The
I
same
don't
way you know
care.
people, niggas know
His
people.
name is only lit because he about to fight Devin Haney. Nigga wouldn't give
No,
a
his
fuck
name
what
was lit
they
before
said.
that. Cut it out. His name been listened
No,
to
it
whole
was
bullshit, just
not.
like how Boost got his
Nigga,
name lit off of Terrence
calm
Crawford.
down. No,
Stop
no.
it,
Devin
Five.
Haney
Don't
actually
do it.
trying to
Calm
get his
down.
clout
Don't
right
know him.
now. Devin
Why do
Haney is
niggas in
actually
Atlanta not know this man? Why do niggas in Atlanta not know this man? Explain that
Everybody
shit.
don't know him. Well, guess what? They about to know him when he knock out Haney. How about that? When he knock Haney out, they gonna know him now. They finna know him real soon. How about that? They finna know him for real now.
He
Bro, this
only got
nigga
2
Brian ain't
fans.
even made
You
$1
and this
million.
nigga down here.
Yes, he did. He made over $1
He
million
made
with
$1 million
Sasaki.
for
Stop.
this
He
nigga,
made
right?
over $1 million with Jens. Let's stop.
No, he
Let's stop.
didn't. He made
Playing these games. Let's
750,000
stop
with Jen
playing these
Psaki.
games, bro. Let's
No.
He
stop
made
playing these games.
750,000 with Jen Psaki. Google it.
False. Stop playing these games.
Bet
Keep
some
going.
money.
I'm not gonna waste my time arguing
Bet
with
some
you.
money.
Okay,
Bro, he
Bet some
never
money.
you can
on that
believe what you
Google
want to
shit,
believe.
huh?
Let's keep going.
Bet some
Let's
money.
keep going. You can believe what you want. Let's keep going.
Bet some money.
I'm not wasting my time. Let's keep going.
Exactly. I ain't finna talk.
Hey, no, exactly. I'm gonna let you believe what you want to believe,
Bro,
bro.
no,
Let's keep
nigga,
going.
Google it.
At the
Google
end, Google ain't always gonna give you the right
it.
information, bro.
Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. But Google
Listen,
right about everything else.
they don't pay sanctioning bodies no more than 3%. There's a reason why they report lower numbers because they don't have to pay them as much. So, like,
No, nigga,
you
no,
think
no, no, no. It don't work like
everything's
that.
like you can catch every bit of information. It ain't always accessible to you. So I'm gonna let you believe what you want to believe,
Bro,
my
he
G.
fights for top rank, nigga. It's public information.
Okay, that's cool. You got it. You got it. That's all he got. You right.
What they got to do with Brian Owen beating Devin Haney ass in the
Thank you. He gonna beat his ass regardless. Devin Haney could have made 400 million. It ain't gonna help him get it win. The resume and all the shit he did at 135 ain't gonna help
No,
him
no,
win.
no. Nigga
He
said
gonna
that.
do his
Nigga said
thing
that
and get
because
his
you
ass
saying
whooped though.
everybody know Brian
End of the
Norman.
day.
Nigga, if everybody knew Brian Norman, he would have been cracking $1
But
million
they finna
before
know him
he
now
fought
though,
Devin
my
Haney.
G. They finna know him now. So then
Yeah,
what you gonna say?
they
They
gonna
gonna
know him
know him
for
now,
just
my
being
nigga.
another nigga that Devin beat.
Hey, listen, if that happens, then salute to Devin. But guess what's not gonna happen? What the fuck you just talking about? What you think? Because he finna get sparked
Bro,
out, dog. He ain't gonna be to do it for 12 rounds.
Wait,
Norman's
Insane,
feet
what that
ain't
say,
trash,
Insane?
bro. Norman don't got trash ass feet, bro.
What that say,
He
Insane?
know how to L step his way right and cut off that ring and anticipate. Where at some point Devin gonna have to throw the heat with him, bro. He don't have to rush it. He gonna
Bro, he
patient
knocked Jen
pressure, bro.
Psaki out on the
Patient
back foot,
pressure.
bro.
Yeah, but look, patient pressure, bro. Patient pressure.
He
That's all.
knocked Jen Psaki out on the back foot.
Not
That's even worse for
necessarily.
you, though. That's
He
even worse
counted.
for
He
you.
counted Jen
That's
Bro,
even
Psaki.
you
worse
just
for
said,
you, dog.
nigga, you just said he know how to cut the ring off. He knocked him out on the back foot.
Yeah, but you just talking about the knockout. You talking about the whole fight? Like, I mean, are we kidding here,
When was
bro?
he on the front foot? He was on the ropes, counterpunching.
He was pushing Jen back some of that fight.
Thank you. I'm not even playing
Bro,
this game with him.
Jan was on this nigga ass, throwing a bunch of shots
Oh
he
boy,
wasn't
here come the
landing,
cap
bro.
season now. I'm gonna let
Let's
you
be
have fun with
serious,
this.
bro.
Go ahead,
This
dog.
nigga was
You
throwing a
got it.
bunch of shots he wasn't landing, bro. And this man
Now
You got
Jen
it,
got
man.
some shit off brim. Let's not trip.
Jen threw a few punches, but the thing is, Norman was wanting to engage with him so he can get what
what
he
does
needs
that
to
have to
get.
do with but what I'm saying is you saying he was like cutting the ring off and walking Jen down and knocked him
No,
out,
I
bro.
didn't
He was
say
on
he
the
was.
He
I
back
said,
ain't
no,
say
foot.
no,
that.
He
you're
was
putting
on the
words in my
back
mouth.
foot.
You're putting
He ain't
words
say
in my
that.
mouth. I just
That's
said,
what you just said.
that's not what I said.
Said
You
he
playing
can't cut
games.
the
You
ring
playing
off.
games. You
He
playing
said
games.
he said he
I said
can't.
against Devin Haney, I said he got patient pressure is going to get the job done with him. He don't have to rush anything. And you want to turn around and talk about some gen shit. Stop the
No,
bullshit,
nigga,
my
you
brother.
said he gonna
Stop
L
it, Bob.
step and he said he gonna L step and cut the ring off. Them was
You
your
don't be able to
words.
cut the record because the way Devin Haney fights, he don't got to
Bro,
do that against
he
Jen.
didn't
He
cut
don't
the
have to
ring
go
off
in that
against
bag
Jen
against Jen because
Psaki.
Jen don't pose that problem. That's why I be telling y'all, y'all think he don't got that shit in his bag, but he ain't got to
What
work on
fight
that
can I
shit
go watch
against that
where he
dude.
did that? What fight can I go watch where he cut the
You
ring
you
off?
finna see it now. You finna see it now, my
So you
G.
can't
I
give me
mean,
no
he was
So
fight.
cutting the ring off against Quentin Randall, but he was just
he
smothering
was,
his
but he
opponent.
wasn't doing it as good as he should have because a lot of
Quentin
the times he
Randall.
was smart. He was smothering his work a little bit in that fight, bro. But Quentin Randall helped make it that way too. And but the thing is, the reason why I don't put as much weight on it because, bro, for a while he was fighting with one hand, bro, for a good clip. So it's like, damn, bro. So knowing that he was smothering some of his work in that fight, knowing how he was. How he was coming into the fight, and then knowing where he's at now, like I can put some little bit of value on that fight, but not enough to say, oh man, he ain't gonna be the handle nobody could box a little bit. Nah, because he won every round. So we can talk about how great he didn't look, but he won every round. So if you're gonna use that argument, you gotta apply the context too. If he won every round, even though it wasn't pretty, he can handle his business even if it's not a pretty situation. So y'all ain't putting no respect on Norman's name then in the process, because y'all would use that same type of element to argument for Haney.
Bro,
If he had
nobody
12
ever
goal
said that.
results, it
Hey,
wasn't a
Art
pretty
Man,
fight.
can we start debating? Art Man, can we get a debate cracking here, Art Man?
That's what we doing right now.
No, bro, they don't do that. They don't do organized debates over here,
Oh, they
bro.
don't do organized debates? Oh, okay.
No,
Never
because if the
mind.
niggas came over to where we from, bro, they'll get cooked bad, bro.
Definitely cook bad.
Bro, I don't know who y'all think I am, bro.
Bro,
I
you
don't know why
cannot
y'all talking
debate.
about some cook bad. Y'all be making up shit and thinking
Nobody's
y'all
making
cooking
nothing
something.
up. I
Y'all
guarantee.
be y'all be
And
y'all
just
be cooking
yell and
fake
just
meat
raise your
thinking
Bro,
voice.
y'all cooking something,
I
bro. Y'all
Raise your
making
almost
voice
can
and say
tofu,
what
my
you
guarantee.
G.
cooking.
I almost can guarantee you nothing me or Insane said is made up because our source, bro, is the goddamn truth.
That sounds
Facts.
good.
Facts.
Yeah,
Cool story,
like
bro.
just because you say facts
Cool
don't mean
story,
it's
bro.
Nigga,
fact.
Well,
our
guess what's
source,
not gonna be true? Y'all
bro,
prediction in the fight.
our source can call both of them. Matter of fact, our source gets calls from both of these niggas, like Brian Norman Sr. and Bill Haney, from just going throughout his daily life. The nigga don't even have to be doing shit. He gets calls from both of these niggas. So
No,
this
And
ain't
this
just
is
me and you.
and
facts.
that's cool. I'm glad you got the source to help you, touch 5 mics. But at the end of the day, the one thing you gonna get wrong is your prediction of the fight, and that's what's gonna matter the most, my G.
So
Hmm.
All right,
after Devin beat this
let
nigga,
me
what
ask
are you
this
gonna say?
question. Hey, Art Man.
Devin's a
Hey,
Hall of
Art Man.
Famer, first
He's
ballot
already a
guaranteed.
Hall of
What's
Famer though,
popping?
bro.
No, but I do what I
Hey,
just said
Art Man.
though. He might be a Hall of Famer now, but the win with this is a guaranteed shoe win, no questions asked.
But bro, how? Brian Norman is not a fucking like
It's
world
not
And
beater.
just
I
about. It's not
explained
about
that
just.
to
It's
him.
not about beating Brian Norman though. It's okay. You beating Brian Norman, but you're going in your third division.
Bro, he's
That third.
already ranked
That,
in the
that
third. He's already
yeah,
ranked in that
yeah,
third
that's
But
cool.
he
division.
That's
ain't
fine
got a
and
belt. He not a
dandy.
champion yet.
Yeah, but to be a champion in that third division is just really the icing on the cake,
That
bro.
means something.
That
So you telling
solidifies.
me? So you telling me
Like
he
he's
has to be a
borderline now
solidified?
because of what he accomplished,
Wait,
but
so you telling me he
that
has to be a
title
solidified?
solidified.
It's not borderline because you're
What the
not
fuck?
getting undisputed every day. What are you talking
Yeah, but
about?
there's multiple undisputed champions that are not Hall of Famers though, bro.
No,
I'm just
they're
Tell
not.
me
There's not
who.
one undisputed
Tell
champion that's
me
not going to
who.
the Hall of
Tell
Fame.
Corey
me
So what
Spinks.
the
who.
Is
fuck is you
Corey Spinks a
talking
Hall of
about?
Famer?
Who?
Corey Spinks a Hall of Famer?
If Corey Spinks is undisputed, yes, he's going to the fucking Hall of Fame. There's
Bro,
nobody that's
he been
undisputed that's
retired
not
for a
going to the
while.
Hall
Has
of
he
Fame.
made the Hall of Fame yet?
And when the fuck was
It
Corey
doesn't have
Spinks?
to be first ballot,
All
And
but
right,
he
when
y'all.
was
will be
Corey?
there.
And when was Corey Spinks undisputed?
Y'all moving the goalposts now. He in the
When
Hall of
when
Fame
the
right
Y'all
fuck
now.
was
logic
Corey
right
He
Spinks
there.
been eligible for the Hall
undisputed?
of Fame for double digit years, bro. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
When the fuck was Corey
All right,
Spinks
y'all ain't gonna answer the question, huh?
undisputed?
I'm about to answer it right now. Give me
I'm
one
trying
second.
to. You act like you don't hear a nigga talking. I said, when the fuck was he undisputed? Was he undisputed in the four belt era? No, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
You sure about
You
that? You
you
better go do
Fuck
didn't,
your
out of here
research
with that
before you
shit.
say
but you
some
didn't
no.
say 4 belt
Don't just
era.
jump out the window and you don't know nothing right now.
Bro,
You
nigga,
better make sure before you
listen
say
to what
it.
the fuck you saying. If it's not in the four belt era, nigga, that means every champion that exists is undisputed, guy.
Not
Go do your
necessarily.
research before you jump out the window, dog. That's
Bro, I
all I
know
want
more
to say.
boxing than you, bro.
That
But
sounds
listen,
cool. You
Not
can
listen,
know
listen.
more. I
necessarily.
can know more boxing than somebody that can be
For example,
wrong
in
about something to
2003,
somebody who
he
knows less than me.
unified the
Fuck out of here,
WBC,
nigga.
Better humble your ass up.
IBF, and
You
the ring
can't
title.
humble
He
me
was
because
not
you
in
don't
the
know what
four
you're
belt
talking
I
about.
don't
era.
need to humble you. Life gonna do it. You need to humble yourself. I ain't saying I'm
He
gonna
did
humble. I
not.
said
This
you need
is
to humble
Hold on,
weird
wait.
yourself.
ass
I'm
shit,
answering
bro.
the question, y'all. He did not have the WBO championship, but he did have the ring, WBC, WBA, and IBF in 2003. He was undisputed, but he was not undisputed in the four belt era.
That's not undisputed. Exactly. It's over
It
with.
was it the 4 belt era?
No, but he did
I
have
did
four
say
belts
it
in
was undisputed at
So
2003
that
he
time.
was
I don't
No,
want to,
there's never been no. There's
You
never
can't
been.
measure everything by the 4 belt era and disavow every
Yes, the
other
fuck
era.
you can,
Bro,
weird
you
ass
sound dumb
nigga,
as hell.
because he
You
didn't
sound
have the
like a
lineal
goofball.
championship.
You
To be
sound like
undisputed, you have
a currency goofball.
to be undisputed. You have to have the lineal championship, nigga. He just can't have three belts, and you call him undisputed. If that's the
He
case,
had the
Teofimo.
ring too, bro. What you talking about?
If
the
that's the
ring
case,
is the lineal.
if that's
He
the case,
had the ring, bro. What you talking about?
if that's the case, Anthony Joshua and Teofimo Lopez were both undisputed.
That's the era in the 4 belt era. When he was champion, it was no fourth belt
It
considered the
was
title.
four
The champ.
belts, nigga. He just
No,
didn't
my
have it.
God,
What
bro,
the fuck
you
is
gonna
you
be
talking
goofy.
about?
You gonna be goofy.
The WBA was the first sanctioned body. Then nigga, it was the WBC. Then it was the IBF. Then WBO. Nigga, all of them belts exist.
And then the Ring magazine makes 5 belts. That's
The Ring
5 belts.
magazine was the very first belt, Brody.
Okay, can I
But if you
can I
count
say
all
one
the
thing
belts,
here?
that's 5 belts.
Yeah,
Let me say one thing. The IBO needs to become a major sanctioning title. That's all I want to say.
Oh,
there's
we
not
need
enough
another
money
belt. We
behind
want
it.
to add more belts. We want
No,
to add
man.
more belts. Please, no.
I'm just saying I
The fuck?
respect the IBO. I'm sorry, I just threw that
The
out
nigga
there.
wasn't undisputed.
Feeling like that?
Corey Spinks was so they don't recognize Corey Spinks as undisputed.
No, nigga ain't never said Corey Spinks was undisputed ever.
You slow as hell, bro. They
I'm
consider
slow
Corey
as
Spinks.
hell. You weird ass nigga. Google it. Google it on any website ever. Go look at it, nigga. I don't know what else to tell you.
Okay.
Any
Was Corey
website period.
Spinks
Go look
ever
at it.
undisputed in boxing?
Go look
Let me
at
go
the
to
list of undisputed champions and find Corey Spinks.
my other phone. Hold on. Let me go to
I was gonna try to do it from this phone. Let me go from my other phone.
They say Corey Spence was undisputed in the 3-belt era. They do say that.
And he been saying that this whole time. Like,
I told
I
you.
don't know.
I
I
said
don't know
that
who I'm
5
arguing
minutes
with
ago.
here. I'm arguing with the most nonsensical people right now. It just don't make no
Brother,
sense.
I
Corey
said
Spence
that
was
5
undisputed.
minutes ago. I read it. You forgot? I'm the one that read it. Did
Yeah,
you
but
forget?
he's about other homies arguing with me that he's saying Corey Spinks wasn't undisputed when he was considered undisputed. Like, what's wrong with you, man?
Nah, my man fucking with y'all because the dude next to him was fucking with him. He just fucking with you. That man got boxing knowledge right there. Stay dangerous, a
But
cold
why? But why he
motherfucker.
capping though? Why
You can't
he
be
got a
capping like
cap
that,
though?
man.
Because your man is capping. That's why.
Oh
Because
no, but he
capping.
capping to me though. But he capping to me though, so he ain't no better.
I'm not capping.
Yes, you.
I was trying to mediate the conversation.
Bro, you
No,
the
but
same
some,
nigga that
but
said
bro
Ben
telling
Stock
me he
is
arguing me down about Corey Spinks ain't undisputed when Corey Spinks is considered undisputed. Don't why you got a cap and you talking about you know more boxing than me, bro? Like
he
what's
know,
going on?
he know, brother, he know that he fucking with you because this man was fucking around, bro. So he
No, it
just
sound like
fucking.
he trying to. It sound like he playing himself, in my opinion, because you
He
can't be
trying
calling
to
nobody else goofy
backtrack.
while doing goofy shit. Well, I mean, come on. I ain't fucking with
Well,
nobody like that. I'm trying to stick to the boxing.
all
I'll
right,
talk
cool.
some shit, but I ain't gonna talk goofy shit.
Okay, cool. Let's
That's
move
goofy
past
shit.
that. Okay, cool. Let's move past that now and let's talk about my boy Devin stopping your boy Brian Norman. How it's gonna be black excellent at his best.
Wow.
I
Thou
just hope.
seen.
I just
Hey,
really hope that Brian.
let's. Why do you think that though? This is Vinny Idol. This is Draco Bay, basically. Like, why do you think? What makes you think that Devin Haney gonna move up and stop Brian Norman after his last performance? Let's just leave it like that. What
And
makes you think
we
that?
need X's and O's. Not no,
Okay, I
cause
got.
he the best. Cause he the best.
Okay, hold
No,
on.
we need
Let me.
X's and
Oh
O's.
my God, brother, can you give me? Can I go? Let me know when I can go, brother.
I'm just giving you a precursor. None of
Is it
that.
cool? Is it cool? V if I go, is it cool?
Yeah, but none of
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
yelling
You
because Devin
good?
Haney the
Okay,
Yeah.
best.
let me rock this because
X's
Devin
and
Haney.
O's.
Okay, Devin Haney is on a different level. The things that you've
Here we
seen.
go.
My fucking God, bro, can I fucking talk? You just said I could.
No, that
Damn.
wasn't me, bro. That wasn't
No,
me.
it was the other nigga. I know who it was,
Yeah.
bro. But what I'm
Go
saying
ahead.
is this:
Go ahead,
Devin
bro.
Haney, Devin Haney is moving up. Devin Haney has fought at 147 technically once before at 144, which is 1 pound over 140 is 147. We can all agree with that. Let's not argue that. That's not what we're here for. Now, let's not forget what Devin Haney has done in his past careers. You get what I'm saying? Devin Haney has put belt to ass against Regis Prograis. He just put belt to ass against this other dude, Ramirez. He's been one of the best boxers, if not the best boxer in boxing. That's why he's the face. Now, someone on Brian Norman's level has not seen a person like Devin Haney. He has not been in the ring with a person like Devin Haney with the footwork, the movements, the fucking high IQ. You're playing speed chess with Devin Haney, and all you doing is coming with a fucking hook. That's not gonna work for you. You get what I'm saying? So when you're in the ring battling with somebody like Devin Haney, you got to come with your super A game. Let's hope that Brian Norman doesn't overthink, doesn't overestimate Devin Haney, doesn't underestimate him as well, and don't over prepare. Devin Haney is just on a whole nother level that Brian Norman has not dealt with yet. Now, as we've seen other fighters, i.e. Floyd Mayweather, move up to 147, i.e. Bud Crawford move up to 147. They stopping shit, bro. And Devin Haney comes from that class, the X's and O's, in the Roger Mayweather gym, in his father's gym. You know what I'm saying? In camps
Right.
with Bud Crawford as well. Hold
Right.
on, I'll be
Well,
done in 1 second. 1 second, I'll
okay.
be done in 10,
Okay.
10 seconds.
Uh-huh.
So, you know what I'm saying? These are the things that's going to help Devin Haney out. Do we know Brian Norman's a great fighter? Yes, we do. We respect Brian Norman all the way. We seen what he just did to Chinese food restaurant, but Devin Haney's not him. Now, to act like Devin Haney is not a A-level fighter is insanity. And I'll let you go, V. That's what I got for you,
No,
V.
no. I was just saying how did what you I don't think you answered the question though. And I respectfully, how do you
Okay,
think
okay.
that Devin Haney's gonna knock Brian
Okay,
Norman
I
out?
got you. So this is where I see where Devin Haney's going to knock Brian Norman out is in the 7th round. Devin Haney's going to be so far up on the cards that Brian Norman's going to get frustrated and he's going to do some stupid shit because he's never been in this position before. And once he's do that stupid shit, the same thing that happened to Ricky Hatton. Check hook, boom, and he was done. Then Floyd got on his ass. I think that's what's going to happen. Brian Norman is going to get frustrated and Devin is going to catch him with some gangster shit and put him down. And when he gets back up, he gonna be stumbling and he gonna come right back into the fight and Devin gonna put him out. That's what I believe. If that's the best answer for you.
I got you. I'm respectful. What's your name, sir? Like, what's your name?
I'm Insane Talk, bro.
Okay, Insane. Okay. I respect that. Okay. And Norman, my man, who is a Norman fan up here? How y'all think the fight
Unbiased
gonna go?
brim right here, man.
Uh-huh. How
Wow.
do you think the fight gonna go unbiased? Is you a Norman on Norman side?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Respect due to Devin Haney. The reason why I think Devin Haney is running into a buzzsaw right now because some of the best attributes Devin Haney has requires him to leave him susceptible to few things. Now, Devin Haney has good reflexes and reaction time, but you can get away with that shit with a Ramirez who's slow and on the other end. But you can't get away with that with somebody who has, maybe not the exact same boxing skills, but ones that are much more advanced in what you've been dealing with in your opponent, much more athletic, much more speed as well, and good reflexes. So I look for the moment when Devin Haney is trying to go to the body, right? And when you go to the body, you leave your biggest issue is you leaving your grill open, and him trying to get back in time. And he's fast, got good reflexes. He can do that against Jose Ramirez. He ain't gonna be able to do it at 12 rounds against Ryan Norman. He gonna get his ass caught.
Okay.
And then at that point, Brian Norman's gonna be to dictate the terms of engagement. And he can be to be patient. He ain't got to
How he
rush
gonna
it
catch him?
because Devin Haney, some of the best. Devin Haney is going to
These
have to
niggas
rely on
asking
his.
for 18 plus 18 rings. How you gonna catch him?
The thing is, you ask for what you don't get nothing you don't ask for. If you get 20-20 is the standard, but I'm gonna ask for 18-18. I'm gonna go for an advantage. Why not? If I don't get it, fuck it. I'm gonna still handle this business in 2020, but I'm gonna ask for 18-18. Why wouldn't I? Stop the cap. All right, now moving on. So it's really simple for me. I think Devin Haney has a really good jab and he does good body work. But there's a problem here. If he can time him when it comes to his jab and have good reflexes, he'll be the time on the jab and be the jab him. And I think his jab will be stronger than Devin's. And he has a little bit of reach advantage. So he can play that smart. He can be patient and be to get in position like that. And then because that power jab like he did against Cuevas was nasty. He can be to do that to Haney if he times him properly. That power jab puts your ass out. Bud knows how to do that very well. Norman knows how to do that power jab, dog. Keep sleeping. And then you got the body work that Devin does. Against Loma, that body work early in the fight, I was like, man, that's some really good quality body work. You know what I mean? The thing is, though, you're going to pay with that body work when Norman hits you. If he responds back with the quick enough reflexes and Devin doesn't recover back coming from throwing them body punches, because that's what leaves you more susceptible to anything. And I just see scenarios where Devin's got to be perfect to be able to win this fight, and Devin's not going to be perfect. He's good, but he's not perfect, and he's going to get his ass whooped when it happens, dog. It's just that simple.
Okay. Insane. What? My man. I'm sorry. Anybody else? But Insane. Now, what if he spoke of the jab? Now, what if Brian Norman take Haney's jab away?
Then we work on his body. We go from there. We work on his body. We go to different angles here. You want to take away the jab? We got something different. We got different areas. We can go to a hook. We can go to more feints. It doesn't matter. We can go to uppercuts. Devin Haney does it all. See, Devin Haney, he got all type of game. You get what I'm saying? He's not just one dimensional as y'all think. Oh, jab. Nah, he didn't just beat Regis with that jab, bruh. He beat Regis everywhere. He beat Regis in every fucking category. Now you got to ask yourself a question: can Brian Norman keep up? Can he keep up? Can he keep up with that 1-2 to the side, bang with the jab, bang with the hook? Can he keep up? Can he take the body attack?
Right. I can dig it. But you also know when you go to the body, you leave their head open for that counter, don't you?
I did say, and I spoke on that earlier. Let's hope.
When Brian Norman touching shit, he dropping shit. We got to give his power that respect. You feel me?
I gave Brian Norman all his respect, but when you move up in competition, when you fight different competition,
You keep on talking about this competition shit. That body work is important,
brother,
bro.
I didn't say a word, brother. I didn't say a word when you was. I didn't say a word.
You right.
Right.
Could you ask that question to me again, brother, please?
Yeah, I said what happened if when you go down low, if Devin go down low, Brian Norman is gonna go high.
I think Devin Haney is going to be very defensively responsible. And like I said, he better hope that he can stand up to those body shots, because them motherfuckers put people in the hospital and they break fucking ribs.
Okay, Devin breaking ribs. Okay, now what happened, my man? I didn't even catch my second dude name, but what happens if he take away that right hand of Brian Norman? If Devin Haney take away that right hand of Brian Norman, or that left hook?
I
Anybody?
don't know if that. I don't know if at that point, I think Norman has to time him with the jab, because that means that Devin Haney would be trying to control the terms of engagement. And so you're going to need to be able to time his jab so you can be able to land your jab. So that means some feints might be in order. Um, and you don't want Devin to be able to be on his toes, to be 100% comfortable just, gliding around in the ring. So you're going to want to, kind of center it so he'll be forced to engage at some point. And then when he's engaging, then just when you want to time it and be able to land your jab, either right when he's landing his, or right after, and be willing to take the shot so you can get your shot off and anticipating your shot will do more damage.
Okay, I got one more question for you. What is the weak spot that Norman has that Devin Haney can exploit if he was Devin Haney?
Devin Haney can be able to circle the ring, and I think timing wise, Devin's more comfortable. And if Devin can make it a consistent outside to inside engagement, he can dictate the terms of engagement because he's used to it more often, and
Word.
his footwork is good enough to be able to execute it. And that's where, I think a lot of Haney fans is anticipating Norman to get frustrated, because I do see where Haney can be able to control some terms of engagement from
Right.
being able to keep him on the end of the stick, but utilizing good footwork and getting in and out and lowering that volume. It really can change the dynamic of the fight. And if
Word
Norman's
up.
not patient, he can start getting careless, and then then Haney can take control of the fight and pretty much dominate and have a clear decision if it goes in those terms.
Word up. Word up. Okay, Insane. What about you? What is that? What can Norman do to what's Haney's weak spot, and then what can Norman do to exploit Haney's weak spot?
The only weak spot that I see on Devin Haney is clearly sometimes he gives lackadaisical. Devin Haney would just be like, get lackadaisical, like in probably like the 10th, 9th round, where he'd be like, fuck it, I'm already up on this score clause. And he'll
So it's the
start fucking
mental
around a
lapses,
little
right?
bit.
The
Yeah, a
mental
mental
lapses.
lapse, right? So,
Okay.
and if Norman can't exploit that and hit Haney with something that's gonna put him down, then Brian Norman has no chance. But let me follow that up with this. Let me
Right.
follow up with this, if I may. Brian Norman, I have not seen Brian Norman go 12 with somebody like Devin Haney. I don't think Brian Norman can go 12. I want to see what Brian Norman's motor is like. And Brian Norman starts slow. Let's say Brian Norman switches it up and he starts fast and he dies out in the 6th, 7th, 8th round. Then what is he going to do? Is Brian Norman built for it tough to go 12 with Devin Haney? We know Devin can go 12. Can Brian go 12 though?
Can I
Okay.
respond to that real quick before you ask the next one?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
We asked if Brian can go 12, but we're not going to compare the quality of a fighter and compare it and say he's better than Devin Haney when we know that he's not. But when you're fighting a rough and tumble fight like Centurion and Norman was, Norman, when he put him out like that with that uppercut that was so amazing, which was a knockout of the year contender, that was the 10th round. So that means obviously he has the engine to continue on to be able to throw effective, clean, powerful shots that will hurt his opponent, even in the midst of a firefight. So I'm not worried about that because Devin Haney's going to lower the output and slow the fight down. So why the fuck would I be concerned about him having power and be able to last 12 rounds when he's throwing more punches and having to do more work against these other guys that's forcing the contact when Devin Haney's going to slow that work down? His tank ain't going to be no concern of mine.
Damn, I don't know who to put my money on now. Y'all sounding good. Okay. All right. All right. I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm
I'll
totally
take your next.
neutral.
I'll take your next question though.
He said, "I'll take the next question." I'm out. That's all I need. That's all I need to know. Y'all said it gonna stop.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when you say he went 10 and he throws precise punches, 10 is not 12.
Yeah,
10
you're
is
right.
not.
10 is
Hold
not
on,
12.
I didn't say a word.
But
I
the
didn't
last
say a
time
word.
I checked, I remember Devin Haney struggling in the 10th
Brother, I
round.
did not say a word, brother. I did not say a word, brother. I let you cook. I let you cook. I did not say a word. Devin Haney is a perfectionist. Now, I did admit Devin Haney gets lackadaisical and his mental lapse around the 9th, 10th round because he be up so fucking much. What would you do when Devin Haney drags him to the 11th and 12th round? Can Brian Norman power carries to them? Yeah, it might have carried to 10 at one time, but does it carry to 12 when Devin Haney got him moving around the ring? Devin Haney is hugging him. Devin Haney is turning him. Devin Haney is punching him and beating his fucking body up because nobody's going to give him the body attack that Devin Haney's going to get. I yield the floor to you, sir.
Mm,
All right.
mm,
So the beautiful thing about that, what you said, the rebuttal for that is Devin Haney has been very good being able to clinch, tie up, being able to effectively keep his opponents from being able to get the right time and the distance to land their shots. So he'll do his work and he'll keep you from doing it. Thing is, though, he's facing somebody who's going to be equally as strong as him or stronger than him. He's not going to be able to do that easily, like he can do that with a Lomachenko, or like he can do that with a Ramirez. It's not going to come that easy. He has to step it up a whole nother level to just execute that comfortably. And to
mm,
think that otherwise would be a mistake. And then
mm,
again, we've always talked about the body work. I think it's a double-edged sword for Devin Haney because the body work it does. I think it's art. Some of his body work is beautiful. But to
mm,
do that body work, the one thing Devin Haney has is good reflexes and
mm,
size.
mm,
Without the size, and you facing somebody that may have reflexes that can match that body work, if he makes a mistake at any point in the fight going to the body, the return fire can put
mm,
him to sleep. And if you
mm,
think it can't put him to sleep, you're not being realistic. You're
mm.
not being realistic with the opponent he's facing, and then y'all gonna have a really horrible night believing that he's gonna just beat Norman and whoop his ass and knock him out in the 7th round. If you thinking that he can just go to the body freely at will with no consequences and not have to be super duper cautious to where it can hurt his offense, then y'all ain't being realistic.
Okay,
Mm,
so I heard what you said when you say that, right? So better believe it. Devin Haney is a perfectionist. We're gonna study Brian Norman from top to bottom, from rooter to tutor. We're gonna understand what he did in his first fights, and his middle fights, and his last fights. What you have to ask yourself is this: when Devin Haney fights a certain type of way in the first 3 rounds, and then Norman catches on to that, and then from 6 to 9, he switches it up and he's a whole different person. And then from 10 to 11, he's a whole different person. And then from the 12th, he's a whole different fighter. See, Devin Haney is something what you call special. He like that kamikaze. You know what I'm saying? When you pour all them liquors in one, he can fight you in so many different ways in one fight. You have to learn to catch up to that. What is Brian Norman gonna do when he can't figure out what's gonna happen in the 10th and 11th round and how he's gonna fight? What is he gonna do when Devin Haney switches it up in the 2nd round and he becomes a brawler? What is he gonna do when Devin Haney fights outboxes him in the 3rd round? What is he gonna do when Devin Haney start boxing circles around him in the 4th round? What is he gonna do when all Devin Haney want to do in the 5th round is hold him? What is all he want to do is Devin Haney just want to throw that straight right down the pipe? What is he gonna do when Devin Haney just start throwing hooks in the 7th round? What is he gonna do when Devin Haney be all different type of fighters in one fight? Is he comfortable in his mind to keep up with Devin Haney? You have to understand what you fighting. You facing a Swiss Army knife here, bruh. This ain't fucking Chantilly. This ain't the shit that you've been used to, bruh. This ain't the same shit. So when I ask you, can he keep up for fucking 12 rounds with somebody that's switching up the game? I mean, mentally. You have to win the mental fight with Devin Haney. That man is a ring fucking general. And not one time have I ever heard you say Brian Norman is a ring general. No, but Devin Haney is. I yield the floor to you, sir.
All right. You pull out that Swiss Army knife and you was doing all that breakdown of each tool breakdown. And I thought about what you said with your tool. And the one you said he was using in the 2nd round, he would have been knocked out if he pulled out that tool. Pull out, go. You talk about he gonna brawl with him. All right, come brawl. Don't be dumb. You come brawl, you go to
mm,
bed immediately.
mm,
So don't
mm,
even. So that Swiss Army knife, like every fight he has, some of them things is gonna get put away and stay away. So don't
mm,
pretend he's gonna pull them all out and use them all. Because
mm,
he's a smart fighter, not a stupid fighter. And if you
mm,
tell him to pull them all out, you will be making him a stupid fighter. Because let him try to brawl with Norman, he goes to bed. Let him try to overly engage, he gets knocked out. So, and you talk about mental. The mental fact is this: I don't think he wants to get hit with a flush shot by Norman. Norman don't give a fuck if he is hit with a flush shot by Haney. I guarantee you that. So let's talk about mental makeup. Norman don't mind getting punched by Haney to knock him the fuck out. Haney surely does not want to get hit, but land his punch. You better hope his reflexes are much. You better hope his reflex. You better hope the Haney's reflexes are a whole lot faster than Norman's, which I don't think they are. Because if they are not, he goes to bed.
Okay, fine, and I respect what you just said. The thing about this is Devin Haney, like I said, we're gonna study Brian Norman, and that's the thing. We're gonna take about what he's good at. So what is Brian Norman good at? He's a good hooker, right? As you just seen in Devin Haney's last fight, when Devin Haney threw a punch, that hand came right up. He put that phone right up. Is Devin Haney stupid enough to go into a brawling match with Brian Norman? Yeah, maybe somewhere in the 10th, 11th round when he done fucked his body up, fucked his ribs up, and you can't hear how Brian Norman is breathing hard. Understand this, and this is not a confusion. And please don't make this like it didn't happen. Devin Haney breaks ribs in fights. Devin Haney clearly he fucks you up. You be pissing blood. You're gonna go see the doctor after he's done. We know Brian Norman has power, but how many power punches you seen get outboxed? It doesn't matter how much power you have. It's how you box. It's how you go in here and what your mentality is. Devin Haney can say, "Fuck it, nigga. I don't want you to touch me none of this fight. Niggas hit or not get hit, homie. Floyd Mayweather, nigga. Get down and lay down, homie. I ain't got to fight you, nigga, the way you want to fight for the whole 12 round, and I can skunk you." What's gonna happen if Devin feel like fuck it? I'm just gonna have a 12-0 easy night, and he runs circles around. I leave the floor to you, brother.
Devin is not that nice. That's the thing I be trying to get to you, Devin Haney, overboard fans. Devin Haney's a really good fighter that is Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? He has flaws. He's trying to be Floyd Mayweather. Don't talk. You can talk about him in a little bit, but just talk about Devin Haney. Leave Floyd out of it. He got his own legacy he's doing because he ain't fucking Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is the exception, and then most people are the rule. Devin Haney's a really good fighter. He's not the exception. He's the rule. Just to keep it being, he's just a phenomenal rule. So let's keep it in context. So coming into this, it's really it's really real, man. Like I don't think y'all understand that when you grow as a fighter and you getting into that next phase, and you're developing. And you going into a fight with somebody that's, this really good, that is proving more than you. But he ain't never fought in your class. This your house right now. He's trying to come invade your house. What the fuck y'all think Norman's finna do in this fight? Y'all think he gonna just come here and bum rush and just try to knock him out? Or is he gonna be patient enough, buy this time, and really get his shots off? You can't. Haney is not a flawless fighter. You can't be flawless for 12 rounds. He's going to get, everybody gets hit. Everybody's going to get punched at some point. That shit he did with Ramirez, he can't fight that way against Norman. He'll just lose the fight.
Can I just say something right quick, y'all?
Let me jump in here real quick. Just let me get this off real fast. So you say Devin Haney's not the perfect fighter. The Dallas Mavericks have acquired offer Cooper Flag. I don't care about Cooper Flag. So when you say that about Devin Haney, right? This is the thing about Devin Haney, right? Now I just have to write this down. And I want to let y'all know, did y'all remember this? This is just a little history real fast. 12-0 against Kambosos twice. Is that a fact? 12-0, right?
I mean, close enough, yeah.
Wait. When he went to 140 pounds, Regis Prograis, 12-0, right? And when he fought his last fight, Jose Ramirez, 12-0. So we do know Devin Haney, 12-0 niggas, bro, on some easy shit. Like we just completely just wash niggas off. If he does not want to get touched, Devin Haney does not have to get touched. You have to understand that. That's why you said we're gonna go for 18 for 18. We'll go for 18 ring. Why? Because Devin, you know, if Devin Haney don't want to get touched and he want to stay clean, he does not have to be touched. And he will box your fucking ears off. Brian Norman cannot mentally fathom getting his fucking ears boxed off of him. He's not going to be ready for that, brother. And I pray that he is mentally ready for what's about to happen to him, because he about to go into some shit that he wasn't prepared for. This shit is fucking chess. This is not checkers, nigga. This is going to be 12 rounds at your best. This ain't this. You have to be perfect for 12 rounds to beat Devin Haney.
No, you
Understand?
don't.
12 old, he's 12 old niggas before, and I just gave you a rundown of the latest 12 olds he done did. I yield the floor to you, brother.
All right, thank you for yielding the floor to me. I mean, listen, Devin Haney has definitely had a master class. I enjoy watching that Regis fight. I was talking a little bit of shit because some people thought, Haney would win, but he wouldn't look as impressive. And I felt like he could have stopped him. I wish his dad had let him get the stoppage because I think he could have. But let's put some contexts on
Then he
this.
be holding him back.
Cambosis is a C plus fighter at his, and at his best, I think he might have hit his B minus peak against Tio, but he's a C to C minus fighter, C plus B minus at his best. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. Let's just keep it a being. I don't want to hear about this what haters say shit. Truth of the matter is, Haney went into that fight both times expected to win. We knew Devin Haney's the better fighter. We know Cambosis is okay, but he's not on this level. Then we talk about Regis. Like I said earlier, I said Regis doesn't have good feet. He's a counter puncher. He's not really good off the front foot. To be the first one is just not his strong suit, and he's not as athletic. And he showed some signs of slippage where I was concerned. So I knew that Devin was going to come out looking gravy, and I actually predict him to do what he did. And I was telling people, his power going to carry up. He's going to show more. Like I was talking that type of shit, right? And then he's fighting Ramirez, right? Ramirez is definitely on the back nine, and I mean he might be playing on the 16th or 17th motherfucking hole. He's like, to be honest with you, And another thing is the age of these gentlemen, outside of Cambosis, but we know his skill sets lower. Even Regis at his peak, I don't know if he could beat Haney, but he was already past that peak, past that at best moment. And Ramirez is the same way. He's fighting this man. Norman is not going the opposite direction within skill set and abilities and execution. He's actually increasing in those departments. He's getting sharper, more keener, more patient. Setting up certain shots. Taking certain elements from different other fighters and applying it in his own fight plan. And so to compare what Devin has done against those guys to say he's just going to automatically do it to Norman is not a solid broadcast. It's not setting you up as a Haney fan properly to understand what he's actually about to face, because he's not facing a fighter that's actually starting to go on the other side of his career. The guy's actually going towards his peak. So this is a different battle and test for him. He does have some skill sets and ability to execute and get the win. I will not disavow and play Devin Haney in that fashion. But for y'all to say, I see people chat, it's going to be so easy, going to knock on Norman. Boy, when this storm comes, don't say I didn't motherfucking tell you, and don't get mad. And just talk to me, because I'm gonna be gentle with y'all. I ain't gonna rub it in. I'm not gonna bash y'all. But Norman gonna put hands on that boy. He gonna be. You gonna hold on. I'm about to give it to you. You gonna see the fact that damn Norman's feet is actually fucking damn. They might not be better than Haney's, but man, they're fucking like, only like 2 or 3% worse. I'm like, his feet are good. His feet was good in that fight. Man, his hands was quick. Devin landed a decent shot, but man, you see how quick his reflex was, and he got that shot over the top. It's gonna fuck y'all up, bro. Get ready for like good cooked spaghetti.
I got one thing before y'all go on. You don't even have to have the faster feet, because it's all about cutting off the ring. You see what I'm saying? Yes, in positioning. So faster feet really don't come in context when you talking about a stalker like Norman, because he's gonna react off of that Devin's he's gonna react off of Devin's actions. So he's going to be able to cut that off. So you don't necessarily, or not. So you don't necessarily have to have the faster feet. You just got to, it's like positioning, like my man just said earlier. So we can stop all of that.
Okay, so let me come in this way. So you said Brian Norman was young and he's coming into his peak. Well, Devin Haney is young as well. I believe Devin Haney is only 2 years he's older than Brian Norman by 2 years. That means they're both young men, correct? So this is the thing, right? I mean, let's just say the elephant out of the room, like my man said earlier. Brian Norman has never fought the competition that Devin Haney has faced there, whether they was in a lower class, higher class, or whatever. We're talking about being in there with dogs at your weight class. You get what I'm saying? Brian Norman's never been in there with a Lomachenko. with that mental pressure of a Lomachenko, that chess game with Lomachenko. Brian Norman has never been in there with a PED cheat like Ryan Garcia. Brian Norman has never been in there with, at the time, was the number 1 or number 2 140-pound champion Regis Prograis. Brian Norman has never been in there with the guys, because Kambosos was on the high after he beat Teofimo Lopez. What we say Teofimo Lopez is, at that point in time, was a great fighter that just beat the great Lomachenko. Teo was a good guy. Teo can fight now. Teo a good motherfucker in that ring. And you seen Kambosos wash him, and then you seen Devin come wash him. So what we're saying is this: the competition that you face in these rings, this competition, your boy Brian Norman never faced that. There was nothing there at 147 like that shit that Devin Haney was dealing with at them lower weight classes. You moved them dudes up, you're having problems. If you can tell me one person that Brian Norman fought on the level of Lomachenko, bro, I would never talk again, bro. And I'm gonna leave the floor to you right now. Go and do your thing. One person on the level of Lomachenko.
This Drico Bay. Let me cut in for 1 minute. Who's that in the chat that say Brian Norman's not a stalker? Come on now. Let's not do that. But go on. I'm sorry.
All right, so you said one point, you said name a fighter better than Lomachenko, and you won't talk again. Fortunate for you, you'll still be to continue to talk, okay? You'll be to keep on talking, because there's not going to be a fighter better than Lomachenko. But but when we add all the elements and the things when it comes to being a fighter, y'all just disavow so much. Brian Norman went to the backyard of Centillion that was supposed to be crowned the next upcoming champion as the underdog, and that man sparked him the out and came and was all business, laid the law down in an element of where most people would fold that didn't have strong mental abilities. I think y'all are really underplaying Norman Jr. because Norman Jr. has done it on the road. He has got it from the mud like a Terrence Crawford, who he had, fought multiple fights with one hand basically damaged to the point where he couldn't throw what he wanted to throw. But you know what? I got to fight, got to handle my business. Win fights, not everyone pretty, but he's doing it with practically one hand. But make no excuses publicly. Just go out there and handle your business. And then the opportunity comes, and he takes advantage of that opportunity. And not only he gets better, he gets stronger, and he dominates guys that can throw hands. They may not be as good as a Devin Haney, but they got more power. They got thump. And he's laying them out, putting people out with a jab, making people quit. So all he's doing is just building up. It's like he's getting sensu beam. You know what I mean? And you thinking it's a game, and you thinking he ain't coming here to be ready, and you think your guy's just so far above it. And that's why I really take what Senior saying when y'all think y'all above us, we gonna knock him out and step over him. It's like because y'all really think that Norman ain't really built for this shit. Like he didn't get it from the mud, bro. Like Devin Haney has had his spoon. He came in the game getting extra dough from Matchroom. He had it. He's always had it. He stayed ready, but he's always had a good plushie. So don't get it twisted. My man coming from the mud, and he finna put hands on him the old-fashioned fucking way.
Okay, cool. So let me jump in here. So Devin Haney.
Well, let me get 1 second. Let me got 1 second,
John. You got it.
Stephen X. Nobody's trying to scare y'all, man. On either way. Norman know what Devin can do laterally. He know about the movement. Youngest world champion. Devin ain't who he is for nothing. So Norman knows that. But I tell you what, Devin also knows Norman has power too, and he know how Norman coming too. It ain't no secret. You don't get KOs by running, bro. So let's not downplay Norman's power, and we're not going to downplay the lateral movement and the box ability of Devin Haney. All right, go ahead.
Okay, let me get up here. So you say Brian Norman got it out the mud. Devin Haney's first 15 fight was in Mexico, bro. If that's not the mud, I don't know what the fuck the mud is. Then you said that Brian Norman was traveled. This man traveled to Australia twice, back to back, bro, to win undisputed. Back to fucking back. Wait a minute, I didn't jump in. He went back to back. You said I was what? Am I breaking up? You said I'm breaking up?
No, I'm sorry. I said he was favorite both fights. I apologize.
Okay, but he still traveled to Australia. That's a travel. That's across the world, right? So then again, what you might not have known, which I'm gonna let you know real fast, when Devin Haney fought Yuriokis Gamboa, he fought him with a broken hand and still 12-0'd his ass. That's what you didn't know. So you saying a person fighting with one hand, that man came into the fight with a broken hand. I yield the floor to you, brother.
Can I jump
Gamboa,
in right quick?
45-year-old Gamboa. Was at the time.
I just got a question for y'all, and I would like to say I'm just so proud of y'all for keeping the X's and O's, man. This what it's all about, good, respectful, discourse, debate. But I got one question for y'all. Do y'all think that the recent comments made from Turkey Al-Sheikh regarding the Tom and Jerry style fighting will affect Devin Haney's mental and game plan going into this fight?
Well, let me answer that question first. No, because he was not speaking for we wasn't speaking on Devin Haney. Who was speaking on was William Skull when William Skull was running all around the ring. That's the Tom and Jerry style. And if you be honest with you, if you go back to the Teofimo Lopez fight when he fought the boy, Tio was low-key running around the ring as well. Devin Haney was doing he was utilizing movement. He wasn't running around. He'll move, pop your motherfucking ass up, make you miss, pop your ass up, move to the side. So he was not talking about Devin Haney, and we all know he wasn't talking about Devin Haney. He even came on and said he wasn't talking about Devin Haney out of Turkey Al-Sheikh's mouth. I yield the floor to somebody.
Okay, good response.
I think he was talking about Devin Haney and the cat that was running from Canelo, honestly. Because
I concur.
when you Devin Haney, you hold that weight. You make the fight what it is. Devin Haney was a little shy. He was a little timid, and he did not exchange like he normally does. I don't know about the running thing, but he definitely stayed away and didn't engage because he has the second lowest offensive output in boxing history. And how old is boxing? So I think indeed Al-Sheikh was talking about Devin Haney as a headliner and also that Tom and Jerry show with my man versus Canelo.
Okay,
I'm gonna say it's not going. I'm gonna say it's not going. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it's not going to affect Devin Haney because Devin Haney knows fighting Brian Norman. He can't be able to fight that way and be able to win anyway. So I don't think it's going to matter because that's not going to be the game plan for Devin Haney fighting Brian Norman. I just don't think it is. So it's not a concern in that aspect. But the truth of the matter is, and this is where I be really like some Devin Haney fans. I be wanting to look at y'all like y'all crazy. Nobody wants to see that shit sometimes. That fight against Ramirez, nobody wants to watch that, dog. I'm not paying $94 to watch that. Fuck you mean? Like, we got to be honest here. If we had a whole bunch of Devin Haney versus Ramirez fights that happen on the card, we're not paying our money to watch that shit no more. We won't pay for the fight.
Emmanuel Davis, you say Norman don't have 1 punch knockout power? Bro, you watching the wrong sport. Yeah, go watch golf, bro.
He tripping.
Go watch
Okay,
golf.
let me say this one more time. I can say this again because Turkey Al-Sheikh came out himself and said he was not talking about Devin Haney. He was talking about the boy William Skull who fought Canelo Alvarez. And if y'all go back to the Teofimo Lopez fight, Tio was running. Now, this is the thing about Devin Haney and Brian Norman. Devin Haney put that man on this. I'll wait. I didn't jump in on nobody, but I'll wait though. Okay, cool. So Devin Haney put that man's name on that list for a reason. If your name was on that list, you was the top of the top. You was the cream of the crop. That's the respect that he gave Brian Norman. But also Debo Haney is going to take away Brian Norman's best attributes. That's the way he was taught when he was a youngster. Take away their best attributes and do your thing. As Floyd Mayweather told Devin Haney before, your power will come as you grow. And as we're seeing, if you're putting somebody in a fucking hospital, the opponents that you fought in the fucking hospital, your power must be there. You must have some type of power, and them dudes ain't just running up on you. So when you talk about Debo Haney, just understand this. We got respect for Brian. We know who Brian is. But Brian better know who Debo Haney is. I yield the floor.
This is where I be saying the maximum Dawson reach. Like Bill, I salute your marketing and what you do for your son. I commend it. And you got brothers like Insane right here just riding with that. But ain't no way on God's green earth anywhere on any motherfucking planet you Debo, my nigga. This is like you got me fucked up. Like just keep it a beat. You listen, you not fucking Debo, my nigga. Like spare me those details, my G. Like apply the brakes, man. Slow the fuck down. Like and this is where I be like, y'all gonna get in trouble feeling this way because it's like y'all overdoing it, man. Y'all need to settle down because it's gonna hurt.
Nah, it's gonna be a good fight. But anyways, brothers, I gotta get up out of here. I've been cooking for 3 hours.
True story.
Gotta join, family time over here on this side. But It was good chopping up. We're gonna keep on chopping up. This definitely gonna be most
Hey, this
anticipated
Drake,
fight.
man. Thanks for
That's
having
what's
me,
up,
bro.
Art. I
Hey, I
appreciate you letting me
appreciate
on.
everybody on the. I appreciate everybody on the panel, man. Whenever we running it back, man, I'll be here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
no
appreciate
man.
it,
doubt,
Art.
man.
Keep
Just
coming back,
remember, after that
Hey,
day
Stevie,
happens,
next
I don't
time I
want
hold it
to. I
down.
don't feel
especially when we
bad.
get a official announcement. Oh yeah, it's gonna be down. It's gonna be up.
Official announcement to who? The retired fighter?
Hey,
No
Steven X,
official now. No,
I thought you
Steven
were
X,
talking
I'm
about
gonna hold
Tank.
it down. Steven L. the Mac, I'm gonna hold it down. Art man, I'm gonna hold it down. Y'all already know I'm up out of here. Peace to
Yep.
everybody, man.
Y'all stay
Peace.
blessed.
Yaga.